It's fresh.
Yes! We're live, ladies and gentlemen.
We're live.
And we're here to talk about Brendan Schaub shoes. This is an intervention. Those fucking shoes that you wore to the Mayweather-McGregor fight. What in the fuck? You bought those, or someone gave them to you? Is someone paying you to wear them?
Yeah.
Fill me in.
Gucci's paying me like Jared Leto, son. When Brian sent you the video of him, I was like, oh, God, he's going to judge me so hard. He's going to judge me so hard.
It's part of you, though. I like
love
it.
him, man.
Hey man, I wear a fanny pack. I gotta shut the fuck up no matter any time where there's any sort of fashion discussion. I just gotta shut the fuck up.
Fanny packs make sense though. The only
Look at
caveat.
those shoes.
Look at those
What?
Gucci's.
Are you like a handmade?
Yeah.
From Britain.
Yes.
From the 1800s.
Those are delicious, sir.
What's the buckle? What the fuck is that
Some
buckle?
Game of Thrones shit. Some Khaleesi buckle that I just can't get enough of.
What's the B in the back? Is that a B?
Yeah, that's a gold B, son. I get more
That's gold?
Yeah.
Is this like one of that black or blue dress thing where it just looks weird in the picture?
I
That
get more
doesn't look
compliments on these shoes than any shoe I've ever had. And
God.
hold on, Mr.
They're lying to
Rogan.
you. You're a
No.
6'4" gorilla.
No.
They're scared of you.
No. J-Lo. I saw J-Lo. She goes,
loves your shoes.
She goes, I love your shoes.
Of course she does. She's a chick. They're chick shoes.
Validation. You got an
wearing
ass
chick
like
shoes.
that? Cosign.
Well, she was
Cosign.
probably also trying to make A-Rod jealous because they've probably been together long enough where she's starting to feel bored.
Yeah, A-Rod
She's
was dressed
trying
pretty
to
basic.
get the crackle going.
I clowned his suit.
Jamie, does that look like gold to you, or am I going blind?
Yeah,
That's a gold
there's
B, son.
different. Yeah, you can tell the golden. I'll put it back up.
Go back up to that.
There's golden. See the buckle's like silver.
Yeah, I guess so.
Different. I mean,
Go,
it's
make
the
it
one
larger.
You're looking at's a little bright.
Close
the
in on
brightness
that.
is a little weird.
Oh, is it?
I mean, I just don't get the hate on those boots. I mean, I'm looking at them and they are gorgeous.
They're so gross, and then on top of them
I don't
being
want to-
gross, they have sneaker laces, which makes them even more stupid. It's
Yes.
so stupid.
It's just not for you.
I guess it's like a light gold. I'm thinking of like,
They look gold on that one, on that TV.
Oh.
Those
yeah,
are
you're right.
gold.
Wow.
Those are gold.
Huh.
I
Does that
don't-
TV suck? Or is it
this
a
one's
contrast thing?
Oh, no,
newer.
that one looks different. That one's
Yeah,
better.
that looks
Yeah,
totally
that's
like
at your
gold
eyes, Joe.
TV.
That's that
yeah.
TV.
All right, that totally looks good.
I had to walk the red
That
carpet
TV
after Bruce
bullshit.
Willis in those shoes, and some guy goes,
my God.
"Killer boots, man!" Like off Dumb and Dumber. I'm like, "Yeah, Bruce Willis, that old ass can't pull these off." Everyone started laughing, but I think he heard it. I was like, "Oh, Mr. Diehard, please
don't get
don't
mad at
judge
me.
me."
Don't
But I will wheel kick you on these things. Don't get it twisted. This ain't the movie, son.
Yeah, there's something about like leaving that buckle mark on someone's forehead.
Embarrassing.
Just clang.
A guy in skinny jeans and those boots whoops your ass. That's embarrassing.
Do you remember when Pete Williams head kicked Mark Coleman?
Oh my God.
Remember that?
Yes.
It was just like, wow.
What in the world? Sound like a bat.
It was also like one of those like, what the fuck? Like, who saw that coming? Like, we thought that Pete, who was a young guy, is dealing with Coleman, who was just all super gorilla.
Super gorilla.
And then, Pete wore his ass out and landed that perfectly placed head kick. If he had that buckle on,
Dead.
you would see that mark forever.
That Gucci.
Yeah. I mean, Pete got him tired. Pete Williams is a bad motherfucker back in
Yeah,
the
he
day,
is.
man.
People
Here it
forget.
is.
Boom! Got that ASIC label on his face, though.
Yeah. Damn.
Enjoy them ASICs.
That was a big
That was a
head
bad one.
kick win.
Damn, that dude is
Steak
ain't
and
passing a
chicken.
drug test. Boom!
See that? If you had that mark, like that, like your boots on.
Boom. And just
That's all
say
I'm thinking.
Gucci. It's
'Cause
all
that was-
Gucci, baby.
Yeah, if you notice, Pete kicked him with shoes on. That
Yeah,
was
he
like
did.
one of the last fights that you could kick people with
So
shoes
dangerous.
on. You think so more? Like with the point?
Yeah, hell
tip,
yeah.
the
The thing
rubber
about doing a wheel kick, like a spinning heel kick in some boots.
Yeah, I guess. I think with the heel kick, though, quite honestly,
Doesn't
I don't
matter,
think it
right?
matters.
If it lands, it lands.
Well, there's so much power in that kick, and if you land, you're landing with your heel, and your heel it's not like a knuckle that breaks. You never break your heel.
Never.
I did hit somebody once so hard that my foot was sore and I was limping for a couple days
With a heel kick?
with a heel kick.
Yeesh.
It was horrible.
Must hit the hell out of him.
He went to sleep for a long
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
They
That's
took him to the
nasty.
hospital. It was scary. I was 19.
That's bad.
I think I didn't tell you the story. It was a fucked up story
No.
because it made me reconsider fighting.
Rogan killed a guy.
Was this a thing I said to my instructor because my instructor wasn't there. He was in California. I was in Boston at the time, and he goes, "I heard you had a really good knockout." In his accent.
Yeah.
And I go, "Yeah, it was scary." I go, "I caught him with a wheel kick," and I go, and he just didn't get up, and I thought he was dead. He goes, "Sometimes they die," and he walks away.
Dead serious.
Dead serious. Yeah, he was training troops
Savage.
in Vietnam.
Yeah, he
He's
doesn't
just
care.
Old school. Yeah, he didn't care at all. And I was like, but wait a minute, they died. I'm them. I'm
Hey,
they.
man, I'm
like,
one of
they is
them.
me.
Yeah.
Like, I for sure could have
Disposable.
I wasn't the best. For sure somebody could have fucked me up.
Hell yeah.
I never got head kicked, but I saw people that I was close to get head kicked in tournaments.
Did you ever get KO'd in tournaments?
Just TKO'd. In a
TKO'd.
boxing match, a kickboxing match.
Where they
I got
stopped?
rocked.
You got rocked and they came in and stopped it?
Yeah, I got rocked with a left hook. My legs just shut off. Boing.
How weird is that?
It's the weirdest feeling of all time. What people think is that, like, it hurts. No, a liver shot hurts. Like, if you get kicked to the liver or punched in the liver and your whole body goes, "Dah!" and your legs kind of give out, that hurts. But there's a weird thing about getting hit on the chin. It's like everything just goes, boing.
Yeah, it's almost like
working.
a surreal feeling. It's
Yeah.
like,
It just stops working.
and my body would get hot. And it's like tense up.
It's a weird
the worst.
feeling, man.
The worst, man.
What is it like to get completely flatlined?
It's nothing because you don't feel anything, right? So you don't feel anything. You
come out of it, what's your most recent memory?
Not much. Everything's a little like fuzzy, and then someone tells you what happened, and then you remember certain parts of the fight. Like, God, I remember doing that, and then what happened? You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to piece it, like puzzle it together. And then you get in the back because there's two type of people that when you get concussed or flatline, in my experiences, you react to it two ways. One, you get really emotional, like heartbroken, sad, like super, super sad. The other gets really, really upset, like mad, super mad. And I've always seen those two opposites.
Do you think is this from concussed, or is this from the emotions of losing and realizing you lost after it's all over?
I think it's a combination of both. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, this is one of the reasons why I want to bring this up is because everybody always wants to talk about the power of belief, and how important the power of belief is. And it's super important, and it's a big factor in Conor's success is this like insane belief he has in himself. But even with the power of belief at 10, you still have to deal with the limitations to the body.
Combat.
And you still have to deal with, like, what is the reality of getting hit on the chin.
Correct. But that self-belief that Conor has got him into the biggest fight in combat sports history.
100%.
If he even had a little bit of doubt, we're not here.
You're 100%
We're not here
right.
talking about him.
100%.
So it's a fine line to say, self-belief only goes so far. Man, even myself, my self-belief was so high. Pride didn't match my skills, but I was so confident I could beat anyone in the world. I beat a lot of guys I probably had no business beating, or just getting through.
Dude, you beat Crow Cop.
Yeah.
He's a legend.
Yeah.
And you beat him by knockout.
Yeah. But like getting through Golden Gloves, man, I thought I was the next Mike Tyson. I'm probably not, but I beat most of those guys just off sheer will. But I believed in my heart of hearts I was going to be the best of all time.
Yeah. You were a competitor. And there's some people that have a hard time with the big moment. Conor obviously shines in the big moment. But at the end of the day, even with that insane belief, you get to see his physical limitations. But what you got to see, though, is, well, you got to see a lot in that fight. But you don't know what's going to happen until they do it.
That's why it's a fight.
So he has this amazing belief in himself, and he had a really interesting style, man. That whole thing where he was doing, like, putting his hands out there and papping them, yeah. And then throwing off speed punches and then dropping them in.
How about his angles were so good, so good and so exaggerated and big. He would get Floyd's back, and Floyd was very smart. He wouldn't turn into him to give him more of an angle. He would just cover up because he knew the ref was going to stop it.
Right.
The real MVP of that fight, granted, Conor and Floyd, that ref.
Oh, yeah,
that
he
ref,
let him fight.
You the real MVP.
Yeah, yeah.
Granted, he came, his opening dialogue, what the hell was that? He was just staring at McGregor like, now we don't want none of that gay wrestling, and just like staring at.
I don't think he said that. I
thought he was way over the top.
I wanted the fight to start, so I thought he was over the top because I wanted to fight. Come on, let's go with this fucking national anthem.
You do that in the locker room, though. You do that in the
Yeah.
locker room. But I just thought it was off to the wrong foot. But I think granted, I don't think Conor was going to win that fight as it went on. However, Conor did have an advantage if they went in tight. He didn't even let it get there.
Yeah.
That grappling, underhooks, what?
Yeah.
And that was where Conor was going to get his rest. He didn't have that opportunity.
Right.
As soon as they got there, that ref separated him.
Yeah. It's
And
good.
he was going to let him fight. Yeah, he was going to let him fight. He was the perfect rest. However, I think Conor thought he'd be able to get his rest in those moments and just never was capable of doing it because the ref would separate
I think he
him.
got more tired than he ever thought he was going to. I
That
think
too.
also the efficiency of Floyd. Here's what I did. I watched it live from the third round on. I got off stage in Washington, D.C.
You didn't see the first two?
I ran upstage. I did yesterday.
Oh, gotcha.
I watched it yesterday when I got home. But I flew upstairs. It was they had it on pay-per-view in the upstairs green room. So we ran upstairs.
Tight move.
Yeah, but
Tight
I
move.
caught it on the third round. I'm yelling to Ian Edwards. I'm like, how's it going? He goes, the fight's great. This is a great fight. So I got in there, like right in the. I didn't want to give these people waiting in line a long time. The show started late. People bought tickets months in advance, and I'm like, I'm not cut my show short.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the full show, and then I'm going to thank everybody good night, and then watch the fight.
You're a better person than
So
that, too.
I
Yeah.
ran upstairs, and I got in the third round. So I didn't see all the speech until I heard about it afterwards.
Yeah.
So that I heard it, and then I tried to watch from the time they were both walking out. But the national anthem, stop! I love America. Hey,
I'm
look.
not mad at Demi Lovato. She can
Fuck
sing
up.
whenever she wants.
Go to a concert. That's a goddamn. That's an American flag. It's on my
We
fucking
got it.
iPhone. Okay, I love America. Love it. I'm a big proponent in the best aspects of America, but
Too much.
enough.
See, I like
And
the
the
spectacle.
rockets, red glare, and the bombs bursting in air.
I couldn't get enough. I was standing ovation. Bravo, girl.
She's a beautiful singer, no doubt about
Heard she
it.
had to
No.
read from a teleprompter, though.
Well, it's probably a good move. You don't want to fuck it up. Like, who fucked it up? Miley Cyrus? Did she fuck it up?
There's been some people that fuck it up.
Somebody
and just
forgot
forget.
the words. Somebody fucked up the words
Bad.
recently. Oh, Christina Aguilera. That's who it was.
Was that her?
That was Christina when she was going through a tough time. She got a little heavy back then. Remember that?
Yeah, she got
Heavy
like,
Christina?
like unsexy thick. Like
She got a little over the line to
Yeah.
like, what's going on?
a little too many super sizes.
It's not just that. Like when someone gets that big that quick, you start thinking about depression. You know, that was Roseanne Barr. Well, you know what she did though? That was back in the day when Roseanne was on top of the world. She grabbed her pussy and spit, which is hilarious.
God,
yeah, that was,
Roseanne did?
yeah,
She's a
Roseanne is a
savage.
savage of savages, and people got super mad at her. And this was pre-social media. But click on the YouTube link to that, find out what, or if it says there, when Roseanne did it.
Roseanne's
what year
a
was it?
beast.
1990 in San
90.
Diego.
Yeah, see, totally before the internet.
Spits on the ground right before walking off
She's
the
an
field.
animal.
She's an animal.
She's an animal. I love her.
Great
you
comic.
know, Whitney is like executive producing her new show.
That makes sense.
Totally
Two
makes
brilliant
sense,
minds,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. And Whitney's like, she's a great joke writer too. It'd be good.
Phenomenal writer.
And probably, I mean, I gotta. I don't remember really talking to her too much about Roseanne. Maybe we did. Look at that. She grabbed her pussy and spit on the ground.
Jesus
She's the
Christ.
best. I maintain she's one of the top, most important comedians of all time. I
Right,
said
people
that to her
forget
when she
about
was
her.
here. I said, you changed the face of women's comedy. She did. She changed the face of women's comedy.
She got her start in Denver, son.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Comedy Works.
Yep, Comedy Works.
She's a beast.
Yep, with kids. Had all those
Yeah.
kids grinding.
Kid and a dad.
Yeah, moving out here.
The whole deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's an animal.
She's a fucking animal.
I like her.
Yeah.
We're talking about
So
national
they're
anthems.
doing a show together. But what I was gonna say is I gotta think that Whitney must think about it the same way most of the comics do. She's super respected. Roseanne, I mean,
super respected.
Yeah,
That's
as
a
a
big
comic-
job for Whitney.
fuck yeah, it is. That's huge.
Roseanne, that's huge.
Fuck yeah, it is. That has the potential, especially right now. Like, what the hell's on TV?
I agree.
You know, you got Kevin James as a sitcom. Name another sitcom. Ready, go.
I got nothing.
I got nothing.
Goldberg's.
I tell you what, I did start watching. I started watching Ozark.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's good.
Ozark.
Ozark on
You haven't
Netflix.
started that yet?
Who's in it?
Oh, you're good.
Oh,
You'll learn it. You'll
Justin
love it.
Bateman.
You'll love
That's
it.
his name,
I
right?
like him.
Jason Bateman.
Oh,
Jason Bateman.
he gets involved with the cartel.
Yep.
I haven't seen it. I
Dude.
just saw the.
Dude.
It's good.
Dude, hold up. I'm on season 4 of Game of Thrones, and I am balls deep in it.
You don't
I
know.
cannot.
You
I'm
don't
thinking about
know.
getting a dragon tattoo. Remember I was
think
talking
you
all
should
that
stay
shit.
offline.
Oh, the people try to send me spoilers. It ain't happening, son. I don't even
can't.
look at them.
Yeah, you got to be a ninja.
I'm just the biggest Khaleesi fan. I will.
Just wait.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's bad.
The Queen of Dragons, son.
Just wait. Those
you
dragons
know
are in full
nothing,
bloom.
Jon Snow.
I'm not going to say anything, but this season finale, just Jesus Christ. And then I see people online where the Game of Thrones lost its way. I'm like, how about you fuck off? How about you stop?
Fucking haters. Everyone's gonna hate on anything, man.
You know why?
I'll tell you what. The White Walkers, though. I'm on season 3. them graphics were tough on season. It looked like Atari out there. These like white things.
Wait
but
till you get
now
to season 7. It looks fucking phenomenal.
I saw one. They look like some super beast.
Oh yeah, they've got that wired. They know how to do it now.
I saw something about an ice wall in game. Is that real? There's like a.
Shut the fuck up.
But it's like the flat Earth, right? Are they the same thing or?
It's a wall.
Not the same.
It's
thing.
an ice wall.
It's not
If
an
you
ice
cross
wall.
the
It's
ice-
a wall.
Yeah, it's a wall.
Not,
It's a wall.
not the.
I mean, I think it's
Then there's the
covered in ice.
protectors of the wall.
But in the north,
Just seeing if it was
in the north, you've got to keep a wall.
How good is it? Man?
Winter's coming. It's fucking phenomenal.
I'm
fucking
so happy.
phenomenal.
I'm telling you, I could not sleep. I was so happy that King Joffrey died. That little bitch.
Spoiler alert.
Hey, bro, they're on season 7,
That was
bro.
like 5 years
I'm
ago.
season 3.
Spoiler alert.
People will get mad. How dare you, Schaub? I'm on season 1. If it's more than 3 years old, I'm allowed to talk about it.
Yeah, for sure. People get mad if you talk about something that happened 10 years ago, though. They get mad. Like, if they haven't seen it, it's like you're not supposed to discuss things. Hey, bro, I haven't fucking seen that yet.
Hey, bro, how dare you
Taxi
wear the plot
Driver,
of
Jodie
Terminator
Foster.
2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it, though. I'm obsessed with Game of Thrones. It's all I watch right now.
It's the best show of all time, I think.
The ratings
But I'll
agree
say
with
that
that.
about other shows, too.
Me too.
I'll
I'll
say
throw
that
that
if I
out.
get excited.
Me too. I'll throw that out no matter what.
If I get enthusiastic, don't you hold me to... I'm not some fucking ranking committee. You know,
me
this isn't
neither.
like...
This isn't the UFC
Just
rankings.
people talking.
You know what? We're like the UFC rankings. We just throw up whatever we want. However I feel, I'm just going to do that, all right? Game of Thrones #1 next week? I don't know. We'll see.
How do you think Max Kellerman is walking around today? How many people are fucking with him?
I saw him this morning.
Conor McGregor will not land a single punch. Meanwhile, he landed more punches on Floyd Mayweather than any boxer ever.
than Manny Pacquiao and Miguel Cotto.
Yeah.
And then people go, oh, this is freaking Max's debate. Well, that's because Floyd led him. That was his style. Hey, man, let's give Conor some credit. Some credit. His pace was so high. I think Conor's pace was so high, and he thought he was going to be landing more shots. He just wore himself out.
There's a little bit of that. I also think there's a little bit of an efficiency issue that, John Danaher. Go to John Danaher's Instagram page, please. John Danaher, who's one of the best grappling coaches in the world, jiu-jitsu mastermind. He's also a brilliant guy.
He's the Elon Musk of jiu-jitsu, basically.
Yeah, super smart, innovative guy. But on top of that, he wrote an assessment of how he thinks the fight's going to play out, and it was to a T.
Spot on.
Absolutely.
About the cardio
exactly,
and everything.
Is that Danaher said that he was going to stop him sometime after the 5th round. What does it say there? Tonight is the biggest night. Beep, 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 beep.
Oh, man, it's way too long, John.
Yeah.
I don't have time.
Well, he does that. He's just too smart.
Oh, wow. Hey, but create a blog, though, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, basically he said, here, I would consider a victory for Mr. McGregor if he survived 12 rounds. Yeah, so you scroll up a little bit, and he'll explain how he said that it usually works. Yeah, here it goes. They are quite competitive for the first 3 to 4 rounds and do surprisingly well. Then around the 5th round, the elite boxer begins to figure out the unorthodox or awkward movement and begins to employ ringcraft tactics to tire the MMA athlete by making him work harder than he is, making him miss punches, etc. Around the 8th round, a very noticeable shift occurs where the elite boxer takes over. I expect a similar pattern tonight, though probably taking less time given the incredible skill level of Mr. Mayweather.
That's fair.
But it was the exact thing. Around the 8th round, Mayweather was clearly taking over. The 9th round, Mayweather was fucking Conor
Teeing
up.
off.
Was teeing off on Conor. And I actually texted to my friend in between rounds. I'm like, he's done. They're going to stop it.
I got
He's
up
gonna stop
and
him
left
this
in the
round.
8th round to go to the back to do something for Showtime. I was like, I looked at
my
the 8th round. I was
God.
like, oh, it's over.
They wouldn't let you?
No, they did.
They had made you had to go back? You missed some of it?
Well, I didn't want to see it.
Really?
I knew it was over. Yeah. But then they put me cage side. I was waiting.
You didn't want to see it?
Not really. I knew what was happening. I don't know. I don't know.
How could you not want to see it?
Well, I knew what was going to happen.
Don't you watch Rocky movies, bro?
Fuck, I wish, man. But I'm glad they stopped it early. I wasn't mad at the stoppage.
I wasn't either.
I wasn't mad because for a number of reasons, but he has a lot more fight left in him. We got it.
Yeah,
we got it.
we got it.
Conor did well. He won some rounds.
He was
All
going
right.
to get fucked up in the next round. If
Yeah.
he made it into the 11th, Floyd Mayweather was going to fuck him up.
Correct.
Like real bad.
He was gassed. But
Yeah.
you hear Conor and even Floyd afterwards, they go, what was the most surprising thing about this fight? And he goes, Conor's boxing skills. Honestly, I
Yeah.
thought I'd be able to take over early, but I wasn't able to because of his boxing skills. He goes, I wasn't surprised by his power. There wasn't much power there. Which is, whatever. He ate that straight up flush uppercut from Conor.
But Conor did not seem like he was putting a lot of power in his punches. It looks like he was trying to be like real active.
Yeah, and but then also he was like kind of winging them too.
Well, he was hitting them with some weird stuff like this, and he even did a bunch of hammer fists and stuff.
Did you know for every illegal shot that if he got DQ'd for, $10 million out of his purse. 10 mil. So when everyone's like, how do you know he's just not going to throw a knee or an elbow like a savage? Like, well, there's 10 million reasons why.
Is that a male hairdresser telling you this?
That was the media I dealt with on Media Row.
All male hairdressers?
How do you know he's just not going to throw a knee and flip out?
How do you know?
How do you know, Brendan?
How do you know he's not going to knee him right in the dick? His dick would be all sore and I'd have to go over and suck it. How do you know?
How do you know? How do you know?
You don't even know. Isn't it funny that there's a gay voice? Like if you do that voice, everyone knows it's a gay voice. There's not a lesbian
you don't need
voice.
to say anything. There's really not, unless it's like a butch lesbian.
No, you'd be a female truck driver that loves dick and she talks like that 'cause she smokes a pack of Marlboros every hour.
That rasply voice.
That doesn't
like
necessarily mean she's a lesbian.
Yeah.
Large Marge.
Large Marge. Yes! Great reference, Large Marge. That's right. That bitch was scary.
Large Marge sent you.
I saw it as a kid. I was terrified of Large Marge. You remember that big bitch?
Eyeballs poke out,
yes!
right? Dude, Pee-wee's Big... That was Pee-wee's Big Adventure, right?
Yeah, it was the first one. First one, yeah.
God damn, this was a
She
good
was
movie.
scary. Great movie.
Yeah, man.
Hold on.
Oh, we can hear it. Here we
Look
go.
at Pee-wee's face.
Pee-wee's all freaked out.
And when they finally pulled the driver's
how
body
scary it
from the twisted, burning wreck, it looked like this.
I used to love that shit.
I loved that movie.
God, I'm so glad you got that reference.
Dude, Pee-wee's Big Adventure was one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. I went with my high school girlfriend. We went and we were fucking crying laughing.
I loved it.
We couldn't believe how hard we were laughing.
It was so good, man.
It was so silly.
And then the next one after that was Pee-wee's Big Top.
Big Top Pee-wee.
And
Big
he had the
Top
pig
Pee-wee?
Vance. Hurry, Pee-wee, come! Remember that? This little pig that was his best friend. Feed him sandwiches and shit while he's trying to get with that girl.
That is a silly fucking movie. If you've never seen that movie and you smoke weed, you are in luck.
Large Marge just
fire one up.
makes a cameo, though. She's not there for long.
It's long enough to be
She's
legendary.
scary.
We're still
I
talking
agree.
about it.
Great reference. Joe Rogan.
That movie came out in like 84, right?
90s, right?
No. Like
No.
88, 89 probably.
No, I was in
Early
high school.
90.
That's when the show came out because I was born in 83.
Pull
and
it
was
up.
after that.
Pull it up because I was in high school.
I say
man.
early 90s, man.
I got you.
My mom had a VHS. That's all we'd watch.
I graduated high school in 85. And this is my high school girlfriend and I went to see it.
Maybe she was in high school.
Whoa.
Oh, damn. Joe Rogan. 1985.
See?
July
Told
26th.
you. Son. I 100% remember being in high school and
Yeah,
she was in
I
high
got
school.
that.
We were both in school and we went to see it.
Wow. Powerful, Joe Rogan.
Oh,
His
wow.
bike was sick.
Does
Well,
this
that
come
was-
out before the TV show or
I don't know, man. I think the TV show was out before that.
before the kids show? I guess. I mean,
The
there's
kids'
that the HBO special. Thing
Oh,
with,
yeah,
Phil
that was
Hartman on
later.
it and
That
all
was later,
Yeah.
I think.
He had that
With the
show on
groundlings.
like straight up ABC though. Remember, I'd watch it in the
Yeah,
mornings.
That's why I was saying I thought it was after that. 'cause
Pee-wee's
we were
Playhouse.
kids. Yeah.
And then he got caught like jacking off in the theater, right?
That was actually after all that. He got caught jacking off after he stopped doing the TV show.
Right. Yeah.
Really? I thought it was like in the
That
middle
was in
of
the
it.
90s. That was like 90.
Bro, how's
Fuck
his
it all
career
up.
going to take a L just because he jacked off in a movie theater?
Yeah, that was back in the day where we already had VHS. Like, if you jacked off and it was in a movie theater and it was the only way to jack off, everybody's like, we understand.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Give the guy a break.
But if you jack off in a movie theater when we have VHS, well, you're a pervert.
Oh, damn.
91.
Damn.
Arrested for masturbating in an adult theater in 91. That's so crazy.
What was the movie?
Sarasota, Florida is the problem. They had a fucking thing in Sarasota. And how do they know that he really did jack off?
He's probably really working
Turn
that
Up the
thing.
Heat and Tiger Shark. Nancy Nurse was another one that he went to see.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what people do in those things.
Wow, he was only 38 at the time.
38. He's the most shot out 38-year-old I've ever seen. Look at that picture up there.
Let me
Look at that
see.
picture.
Scroll
looks,
up. Yeah,
Yeah, he's
looks
not
like a
too bad.
38-year-old.
You know what? He looks like.
Looks like
I
he
like
could be a
I
blogger.
like the set of hair on him too. Looks like a blogger that
could be.
jacks off at your movie theater. That's what he looks like.
A guy that's in a band. He could totally be like a bass player.
Was he smart? Is he just loaded or what? Because he was a big deal when I was a kid. They had merchandise and everything, man.
Well, he took a big hit from this. I think if it happened today, it would be no big deal. But also part of the problem was that he was like a childhood idol thing because, his show was a kid's show. Even though it was kind of adult themed in a lot of ways.
The word of the day?
Yeah, see, the HBO cable television show popularized by Pee-wee in 1982.
Look at that.
Yeah, he would look up girls' skirts with the aid of mirrors attached to his shoes.
Pee-wee's a
The
creep.
original character.
He's a creep.
Wow.
We love Pee-wee.
We taught kids how to do that, basically. That's fucked up.
Well, everybody already knew.
Yeah, back then it was
It's like
just
teaching them how to
hilarious.
start a fire with a match.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
I don't know.
Dude.
You don't think people can figure out how to put a fucking
No, you can't.
mirror on your shoe? That was in old movies, man.
But then he just shot a show for Netflix.
Did he?
Like
Well, that's
big-
probably-
Yeah, they made a movie
like
about a year
Pee-wee's
ago.
Back, right?
Yep.
Wow, that's a long hiatus.
Yeah.
It took him that long to recover.
You know what? That little too late, way too late. That's like Entourage came with that movie like 10 years after the finale. Come on, man.
Why'd they do that? Did it take a long time to make the movie?
I don't know. Personalities. I'm
Didn't
not
that movie
sure.
do really well, though?
I don't think so.
Which one?
The Entourage movie?
Rotten Tomatoes gives it like a 0.
I don't think it did bad, but it didn't do as good as they needed it to. Or
It
whatever.
did not do well. The critics destroyed that thing.
Yeah.
It was just too late, man.
Yeah.
You got Turtle. He's 50 on that bitch. It's like sad.
but Sex and the City can come back today and chicks would flock to it.
Weren't people pissed at the Sex and the City movie?
They might have been.
Well, because they can do it
They
with
did a
them.
second
They go through
one,
like
yeah.
menopause and shit. They're not,
Right,
they're
right.
not like the young chicks anymore chasing dick.
Well, you know what was weird? It was like that one character of what's her name?
Samantha.
Yeah, the slutty character.
Straight up whore.
Yeah. It gave like a lot of women, like, they can go, yeah, she could do it and I love her. Why can't I do it?
That's why everyone
Like,
related to that show. Like, there's the smart one, there's one that's career driven,
Yeah.
there was the whore, and you had one of your friends was one of them. I feel like.
but they loved their whore friend.
Yes.
So it was like, it gave her, it was the opposite of slut shaming.
I
It's
agree.
like, be yourself. Let
Be
your
like
freak flag
Samantha.
fly.
Be like Samantha.
Everybody's not Samantha, but Samantha's not everybody. Like, be who the fuck you are. Who are you? If you're a super freak and you're around a bunch of squares and you're just holding it back every day, I just want to go get some strange dick. Like, if you're just
Holding
that
it back,
chick just wants to
About to
go,
bust.
just drink a couple of Cosmopolitans, throw some guy your fucking key, and go, let's go.
Yeah, man. What's wrong with that? What's wrong
As
with
long
being
as-
Samantha?
Yeah.
As long as it's not your daughter, you're good.
Yeah.
Or your
well,
wife.
it's also as long as you don't run into the wrong dude. That would be the big fear of being a woman. Run into some fucking scary guy.
There's a lot of
some
bad
murderer,
dudes out there, though.
Rapist, some
Yeah.
terrible person. Like, you're way more likely to run into that person as a woman than you
For
are
sure.
as a man.
Oh, predators, man.
Yeah,
Predators.
predators.
Bank on Samantha's.
Dropping shit in your drinks. You know?
God, dropping shit into drinks.
That's so rampant. If I was a girl, I would be terrified of that. I would be. I've met so many people that have told me stories about a guy drugging them or drugging one of their friends or drugging someone they know.
I thought it was like an old school thing, but still goes on. I had a friend, she told me, yeah, she was out at the club and she goes, and I woke up. Luckily, nothing happened, but I woke up, no memory of what happened before. I'm like, what?
Yeah, man.
In LA. I'm like,
Yeah.
that still happens? She's like, yeah.
100%.
Why the fuck would you take a drink from a dude, though? Like, it should be, you know what I'm saying?
Well, it should be like friendly people. Like, hey, would you like a beer? Yeah, sure. Give you a beer. It should be. That's how it should be. Should be. I mean, in ideal circumstances, she should be able to. But there's just too many creeps.
The world we live in. Like, wouldn't you tell your daughters when they're old enough, like, hey, do not take a drink unless you're,
course.
you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Like, that's what the world we live in. You can't
Yeah.
just.
It's not worth the risk. I mean, hopefully you're going to run into only nice people who give you a drink and they
It's
just
not
want
real.
to have some drinks with friends and have some laughs.
Have you ever heard of girls roofing a dude?
Never. But I'm sure it's happened. I did hear, you always heard that story about like the fake urban myth about the Russian girl who gets you a drink and it takes you back to your
Takes your
room.
kidney?
And then you wake up,
Sucks your
on a
dick and
bag of
takes your
ice.
kidney?
You wake up with a bag of ice on your side, stitches, tells you to get to a hospital immediately. Like, what?
Is that an urban legend?
Could be. I mean,
Or
I've
it
never.
happened?
That brings up Jamie's point earlier today before the podcast that we need a more reliable Snopes.
Yeah.
Not that Snopes isn't reliable, because apparently it's pretty reliable. But
That's the answer.
nobody.
What's the answer?
The problem is nobody wants to listen to Snopes anymore because it turned out that the dude who ran Snopes is a freak and like one of the chicks that is like his number one employee was a woman who was an escort until like 2015, and now she's married to him, and he's just a freak. He's just partying all the time and having a good old time. But why is that so bad? Like, why does that affect? And also, they have a left wing bias that a lot of people think they have a left wing bias, at least. You know, I guess, sort of, maybe. But I mean, if they're just relaying facts, you can rely on them, I think, for the most part. But that's not enough.
Who can you rely on? Like, even on that New York Times you posted on Instagram, do you see they changed their headline?
They changed it.
They changed it.
Well, I went out of my way. I was like, this is crazy. I read the New York Times basically every day.
It should be. Me too. It should be pretty reliable.
I have a New York
I have it on my
Times app
I have the app on my phone.
Yeah,
That's where I go in the morning.
Yeah, I get notifications from them.
Me too.
Anytime anything happens in the news. So I read tons of articles from the New York Times.
Do you see the guy? I looked up the guy who posted it.
No, I didn't want. I don't want to like get personal.
No, I just wanted to see what was going on.
It's just a giant fuck up. You can't do that.
He's also not a sports writer. He writes more about race. He's a young guy. You know, I doubt he even watched the fight. Yeah, he goes New York Times writer for race.
What?
Yeah.
That seems like it would be within your best interest to keep things fucked up. You know, I'm not saying.
Well,
maybe
I'm not that's why he's hating on Conor. You know, like who knows?
Well, maybe. I mean, look, all you had to do was say what happened is that after, just say Floyd Mayweather outclasses and stops Conor McGregor. It stops an exhausted Conor McGregor in the 10th round. That's what happened. He was exhausted. And he got tagged over and over again, and Floyd was teeing off on him. I mean, it was a brilliant performance.
Does that really paint the fight, though? I don't know if I put it that way. For sure, use your words better.
In the headline. You can't say his face was completely bloodied and he almost went through the ropes. Both those things are not true.
I don't think he actually watched it. Reading that headline, he probably looked at the maybe photos or someone else's narrative of the fight.
Yeah, but if you looked at photos, even the
there's
photo.
no bloody. Well,
no.
I guess a photo of Conor outside the ring. Well, he's never outside the ring, for God's sakes.
I saved a photo, man. Like, here's
no one's face was bloodied.
There was no bloody, period. I mean, it just wasn't bloody. Like, you could see his face. Like, I got a photo of the actual stoppage itself.
Bro.
And at the moment the stoppage happened, he was, he had like a little bit of a mouse under his left eye. There it is right there. Look, no blood.
Yeah, he had a mouse from the right hand's landing. Yeah, no blood. Neither guy was.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even see the mouse there. You see his right cheek. It's under his left cheek.
It's just red. His eyes were
swollen a little bit.
Bro, did you hear 100 million illegal streaming downloads? 100 million illegal streams.
Holy shit. How much revenue did they lose?
How about this? How crazy is this? Floyd's warming up in the back. Someone from his team goes, yo, Floyd, the systems in California and Florida are down. He goes, God damn, those are huge markets. Here, I'm going to delay till they figure it out. That's how conscious this motherfucker is before this huge fight.
That's good.
He goes, I'm going to wait until...
That's worth millions and millions of dollars.
That's what I'm saying. How brilliant is he? That was my takeaway with working with Showtime and getting so close to Floyd and doing all this stuff. He's so goddamn brilliant, man. Like, I had preconceived notions, like, he's a good boxer. How good of a businessman? How involved is he? No. He doesn't let anything go untouched without overseeing everything.
He's both.
Everything.
He's both.
He's brilliant.
He's brilliant as a producer or as a promoter, and he's brilliant as a fighter.
Brilliant. And then they asked him about, so I was in the fighters' meetings, and they have all the serious Showtime guys there, and we're mic'd up, and the all access crew and Floyd's crew. And they go, hey, be careful, because last time we did this with Floyd, he didn't really know the guys, and he kicked them out in front of everyone. It was super embarrassing. So I'm like, oh, that sucks. So I'm in my suit sitting there, and everyone's so serious. I'm like, this is so serious, so stuffy in here. So the guy goes, Jim Gray goes, hey, Floyd. They're like writing their notes down. I'm just sitting there like staring at him. And they go, you always walk out with like an entourage usually for your fights. There's usually some big celebrity or something like that. Who's it going to be this time? And I know previously he had beef with Justin Bieber. So I was like, well, better now than never. I just went out of turn. Not the Biebs. Not the Biebs.
And did Floyd laugh?
Floyd, he's talking dead serious that Jim Gray has his glasses on. He takes his glasses off and goes, damn, dog. I'm trying to be positive up in here. We're trying to be positive. And I start laughing. I go, I know. All I'm saying is Bieb isn't walking out with you, man. What's wrong with that? And he started laughing after that. Everyone was literally like on pins and needles. And I was like, come on, man.
So Biebs is all about church now, huh? Is that the thing? Like he unfollowed Floyd and Floyd got mad at him?
Yeah, and that guy...
You can't unfollow your boy.
Can't unfollow your boy ever. And that guy...
I will never unfollow you.
Ever, bro. If we do, then there's some serious
It's not
beef.
happening. Floyd Mayweather clap back at Justin Bieber.
Yo, man, trying to be positive.
He's just a pop star, Floyd says. Well, it's got a point. Just a pop star who is probably the biggest pop star on the planet.
Biggest ever, yeah.
They said he canceled his tour, like he stopped his tour because of this Jesus thing.
That priest guy. I know that
no
guy, and
bueno.
I've been to Bible study with that guy. I've been to dinner with that guy. He's
Really?
an interesting dude. If you're balls deep in Jesus, he's your guy.
Keep talking. Tell me more.
No, I don't want to be. I don't want no bad juju on me.
You don't want to be the golden snitch for pop stars?
I don't want to. Hey, man, I don't know what's going on there.
But they were saying that Justin Bieber already made $93 million this year before he canceled the tour.
How
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
nuts is that?
That kid is balling so hard.
Even him, and then I think he has something to do with Kyrie Irving too. And Kyrie's like, "Yeah, I want out of Cleveland." Like, this motherfucker has some power. He's like, Jesus wants you to play for Boston. You know that, right?
Ah!
Right?
So what is he doing to them, trying to get them to... Well, look, maybe he's doing something... Maybe I'm looking at it the wrong way, right? So if he has a positive influence on them, maybe he's saying, listen, man, you're so involved in show business and so involved. You got to think about living and life.
You
and
gotta take
being
care
in the
of
moment.
you.
Not only that, like, here's the thing, man. Once you make $93 million, it's basically over.
Life changes.
But I'm saying it's over. Just relax. It's over.
True.
You put that fucking money in the bank, you don't have to work anymore. So
Like
all
Connor.
all the work you do from here on out is gravy. This is what you do now. You do what you want to do. Do you want to go and do a bunch of concerts in front of all these people, or are you doing too much?
Yeah.
Because if you're working, like if you had to go and do theaters, like now you've been doing a lot of stand-up. If you had to do theaters Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, every week, flying everywhere,
Oh,
you'd
I'd be worse
so
than Kanye
tired.
and Bieber. You just see, I'd be like Amanda Bynes. You just see my hair's all fucked up. I'd be going crazy. I'd be like Cat Williams.
I engineered how I do like this. This is the first tour that I ever named, the Strange Times tour. The first time I ever sold a bunch of tickets in advance like this.
Smart marketing.
But I engineered that, like, when I'm doing these like fly to two places, I'm off for a while.
That's
I take
because you
a
have the
week
power
off.
to do it, though.
Yeah, but you have to do it that way. And Bieber has the power too.
100%.
He just canceled everything.
Yeah.
He just canceled everything.
Kanye West did the same thing.
Well, Kanye West did after they checked him into the loony bin.
He was going crazy. But they said he would do that concert, come home, and he had all this work he had to do with Adidas and clothing, and they just said he was working nonstop.
Yeah.
And I have a small glimpse of show business and stand up and all this stuff. I can see how being on tour that long, you're gonna go fucking batshit crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I can see a little bit. Like when I saw, I went, "Oh, I bet, man, that's crazy."
Well, you know what a big factor for me is? A big factor for me is when I'm at home, I'm going to sleep for 8 hours, and I have a schedule in terms of like my runs,
Your routine.
my lifts, whatever workout I'm doing, whatever kind of thing I'm doing. I know where I can train. I know the schools I could train at. I know the gyms I could train at, and I know what to do. That keeps me sane. Like having those, like I can work out on the road, and it's good. It's definitely better than nothing.
Same.
But it's not the same of like being able to have this normal, like it keeps my energy up and it keeps my anxiety down. Like all those things get balanced out when I'm at my normal workout routine. When I go on the road and I'm doing 3 days in a row, it's hard because I don't want to work out too hard because I don't want to be tired for the two shows. Yeah. I got two big ass theater shows. But I can't imagine those guys who do 5 nights. So they're flying in. So I did 2 shows this weekend. So I flew in 3 days. I took 3 flights. So, that's crazy.
Crazy.
But that's nothing
It's so
compared to
unhealthy.
those guys that do it 5 days a week,
Those
6
guys
days
are
a week.
taking well, even still on private jets, it's still exhausting, man.
It's exhausting.
Still same thing. Same thing.
I mean, you don't have to. It goes more on your schedule, I guess, if you're flying everywhere with a private jet. But it's still fucking exhausting.
It's still a beast, man.
Yeah.
So I get it a little bit.
People are like, oh, you poor baby.
Oh, I know.
Poor
I know.
baby.
Oh, 93 million. I'm like, they already have money, so it's not that.
That's the
like,
thing.
They're already set there.
It's already gravy.
But back to the Bieber Floyd thing. Again, I had preconceived notions of Floyd Mayweather before I met him, been around him. So does this religious guy. He thinks, Floyd's just about hoes and cars and stuff like that.
Right.
That's all. That I guess, but he's more. There's more layers to that. So for you to judge him based off social media and say, Bieber, quit following, quit hanging out with him because he's just about that. No, you don't know shit. You're judging that guy because he's not going to church every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Like you're judging him based off Instagram, which isn't fair to do.
Yeah, well, I think he's saying, like, I don't know what he's saying, But I would imagine if someone tells you to stop following somebody, they're saying that person's a bad influence, right?
Which isn't fair to say because Floyd doesn't drink, has crazy work ethic, oversees basically Showtime Sports. You know what I'm saying? Like he's healthy. He doesn't.
Yeah, but it's girls, bro. It's strip clubs. He owns a strip club.
Bro, some of the women he hangs out with, I ain't never seen anything like that. That's what 50-0 gets you. I mean, jaw-dropping shit.
Hundreds of millions of dollars. Hundreds of
what are we
millions
doing
of
here?
dollars.
And they just look at me like a bag of shit in these
Ooh,
Gucci shoes.
those goofy shoes.
Oh, I get it. Not 50-0, girl.
Hundreds of millions of dollars.
Dude,
Did you see that All Access where they showed that fucking stupid watch they bought him? That Hublot gave him?
Dude, I met with the guys from Hublot. They were telling me all about it.
Dude, that watch is so gross.
Nuts.
It's so stupid
Nuts.
looking. It's
Was
all
it
crystal on the outside.
1.28 million?
No, it's $500,000, I think.
They made him another one for
$600,000.
1.2. They made him 3. It's crazy.
The watch is all crystal. Like the outside of it is all crystal.
That's nasty.
It's so stupid looking. It looks like a cheap watch.
Yeah, I agree. Not my style. I do love Hublot, though. Shout out to Hublot.
Yeah, they make great watches,
Yeah.
but that thing, the La Ferrari, isn't that what it's called?
Yeah, there you go.
It looks
Dude,
gross.
Did you see the money belt?
Yes.
They handed me that thing. I went, this is real. It's kind of small. And they're like, yeah, it smelled like they just killed that alligator on the spot. It smelled like hummus and alligator. It smelled like shit. But then it was just like gold all over it. I was like, oh my God.
And diamonds and shit and rubies.
Do you know who made that?
Who?
Floyd Mayweather's team. It's
they?
basically a gift to him because they thought for sure he's going to win. They're like, yeah, here's this crazy money fight belt for 1.2 million. We designed ourselves. Here you go, Floyd.
Wow.
Tight move.
$1.2 million for that ugly belt.
I was all up. I was all up on that thing.
Well, tell me about this then. Are those red? Is the red all? What are those? Are those gems or are they? What is the red stuff? Like in the flags all
And
around
the flags,
WBC?
nah, those are just like colors. Those aren't real. That's not real. But the diamonds and all that and gold, all that's real. Most expensive
God.
belt of all time.
Damn,
That thing was sweet.
it's pretty dope looking.
Yeah, I was all
If
up
you're
on
into
it.
like 600 sapphires, 160 emeralds, and
3,000 diamonds, son.
3,360 diamonds. It weighs 3 pounds of 24 karat gold.
That thing was tiny though.
3 pounds of gold. That's
Like I was
so
holding it. It was like
insane.
a little belt. It wasn't like the big ass belts.
It looks normal sized. Are they all like that?
Maybe I'm just fucking Shaquille O'Neal, but if you look at
Yeah.
the picture with me, it looks
Look at
small.
those chicks when they're holding it up. Click
Yeah,
on
it
that.
doesn't look small.
How weird are the fucking ring car girls in
Dude.
boxing? They stand around behind everything and smile.
They're like the
with their hand
girls
on
from
hip like a
fucking the
robot.
Stepford Wives, just
Yeah.
for hours.
Dude, that's all they do is pose with that big smile. It's so odd. It's like they don't express any personality. They don't do anything other than stand there
can't
and
have
that
fucking
same
doing
smile.
bits up there and shit. What do you want them to do?
Yeah, but they're not like looking at each other and talking about. Like
No,
they have to
it's
stand there
just-
and smile.
They're like those English soldiers. They do
Bizarre.
nothing. And I'll tell you what, Corona
Like
does
those
it
English
right.
soldiers. That is what it's like.
That's what they're like. Corona does it right.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at any of them. There was no slump busters. All of them were tens. All of them were stone cold tens.
Slump busters.
All of them were straight up stone cold tens,
Yeah,
man.
and smiling.
Yeah, and just not moving like robots.
Yeah, and one hand on the hip.
I feel like they hit them. They smile, they hit them. Those bitches were in line.
They just dropped that belt on their head.
Dude, how about just you had that alligator dick?
Whoops. Clunk.
How about I'm doing before the weigh-ins, I'm doing a pre-fight show, and Floyd Mayweather Sr.'s standing to my right going, you don't know shit. You don't know what the hell you're talking about, Schaub. You don't know shit. And I'm like trying to get through it, not pay attention to him. And then it stops, and I go, bro, what are you doing? Come on, man. What are you doing? I'm selling the fight. I'm putting money in your son's pocket, man. What you need someone up here to talk about it. What are you doing? And he just goes, you know what you're talking about. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. Relax.
Yeah, he's a smooth talker, that senior.
Yeah. Yeah, real smooth.
It's like,
Yeah, it's
imagine
some-
if you're Floyd and you like literally see your future if you keep getting hit in the head, like right in front of you.
Yeah, heavy
Like,
stuff.
I mean, that's got to be one of the reasons why he's so brilliant defensively. Not just because he learned from his dad, and he learned from Roger Mayweather and all the people in the gym that he trained with, but also he sees the effects of
I'm sure,
chronic
man.
punishment. And his brother, or his uncle rather, as well.
Yeah, both
Roger
of them.
Mayweather's, he's not doing well either.
No, none of them are doing great, man. None of them are doing great.
He's Floyd's perfect though. 40 years old, speaks perfect.
sharp, knows everything about it.
Oh.
Everything. And they thought that Gervonta Davis, you probably didn't see her doing
I
a show.
did see that
Oh, you
afterwards.
did see it?
Saw it yesterday.
He's a kid who they thought was going to be the next pay-per-view king, And you can tell, I asked Floyd, and he's just like, he's missing a few things. He goes, because you just can't be 30-0 with 30 knockouts and expect to be a mega star. You have to have everything. He's like, so he has to work on so much more, I don't know. And he's 130 pounds. It's tough. It's tough.
He missed weight, too.
He missed weight, but he took the fight on short notice. He missed weight, had a horrible fight.
How short notice?
I want to say he took it on 2, because I think Sean Porter was supposed to fight, and then he backed out, so then they booked this dude. He's fun to watch, though. He has the most intense tattoo I've ever seen.
What is it?
It's on his forearm. He's from, like, the straight hood of Baltimore. And as he's talking, I look down, I like to stare at people's tattoos, and it was a apartment building, brick building on fire. In front of the apartment building is a mass burglar, black burglar, with, like, the old-school robber mask on with a bag of money and a gun.
What?
Yeah. I was like, shout out to that terrible tattoo.
Jesus.
He had a bad fight, though, and that was kind of his, his platform to do something, but I don't see him being the next, like, big thing.
Yeah,
And you can tell Floyd, too, is like, before he's like, this is the next up-and-coming guy. He's the next Floyd Mayweather. And now I'm like, he's the next Floyd Mayweather. He's like, not really. You can tell. He had a rough fight, too.
Yeah, it was a rough fight. He clipped that dude behind the ear, or behind the head. But that's just like where punches land when people duck.
Yeah, sometimes shit happens.
Yeah, and the guy was complaining about it. He went down.
I'll tell you what was cool is after the fight, I'm in the back and I see Amir Khan, Terrence Crawford, and Andre Berto. And so I go to talk to them, and they were all like super complimentary of Conor McGregor. Like, dude, he can box, man. I'm like, right? Like, what do you think? You're just going to go and look like an asshole, like Bart Simpson, and fly across like this? Like, what'd you expect to happen? Like, we just didn't expect him to get any rounds. We thought he was just going to be outclassed. I'm like, nah, man.
He has
pretty
tremendous
good.
belief in himself. And he had a weird style. That strange style of off-speed punches, extending his arms fully and then pop them in there.
And Paul, in the back, even Paulie goes, I got to be honest, I was kind of glad to see that, because when I went against him, like the first 4 or 5 rounds, I couldn't land shit, because that style, like, it takes forever just to get used to.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know what to do. He's like, so I just thought maybe I was having an off day, but once I see that, and I see Floyd do the kind of the same thing, Granted, Floyd fought a different style, but I don't give a shit.
Yeah, that style's legit.
Hell
It's
yeah.
legit. That's just too big a leap. That's all it is. Like, for Conor to go and his first professional fight arguably the greatest fighter of all time. It's like he's 100% in the mix now at
He's 1-2.
Yeah, 50-0. It's 100% in the mix that he's the greatest fighter of all time. You think about it defensively, no one's even close. No one's been hit as little as him. And
who
Conor
he's
hit him.
beat.
Yeah, and he's beat everybody. And obviously he fought Conor a different way than he fought everybody else. That's a fact. But Conor hit him more than any fighter that ever
Here's the other thing. Here's kudos to Conor and Floyd, but especially Conor. When's the last time you saw an exciting Floyd Mayweather fight?
True.
Conor went at him.
Yeah, that's when
When's
Conor
the last-
after the fight, I turned him into a Mexican.
Oh,
He
that's
fought
hilarious.
like a
Did he say
Mexican.
that? Like,
yeah, you didn't hear that?
No, Conor
Yeah.
I missed a lot of that. Conor brought the fight out of him
Oh,
for
yeah.
the first time since I don't know
Yeah.
who.
It's
You know
been
what
a
I'm saying?
while.
You can say, well, last finish was Victor Ortiz. That was shit. That was
Yeah,
kind
that
of a
was
cheap
shit.
shot.
Yeah.
He really didn't bring it to him, but
This
Conor
was-
brought it out of him, man.
This was legit.
It was cool, man.
And when I watched it the second time, knowing the result, then you really appreciate what Floyd's doing. Because although Conor did catch him, he definitely caught him with a hard uppercut in the first round.
Best
that
shot,
was,
yeah.
That was interesting because that was like, oh, shit. Like, you got to realize, mind your P's and Q's. This guy's legit. But Conor never, even though he clipped him with that shot, it never really hurt him except
No.
that one shot to the body.
Which I was surprised. I got to be
Yeah.
honest, in my prediction, I thought Conor was going to do well like he did in the first rounds. I called that. I thought he was going to run 4 to 5 rounds. And then I thought I thought maybe that uppercut would wobble him, and that would be enough to win Conor kind of the spectacle. But just Floyd's chin and just the boxing power is a little different, man.
It definitely is different. And I don't think Conor's loading up either. I don't think Conor is really like digging in on these shots because I think he was probably concerned about his endurance. You got to realize also, this fight was relatively short notice. So short notice that I had already booked the DC Improv in advance, and it was sold out by the time they announced the fight.
Correct.
So, or not the DC Improv, the Warner Theater in DC. So if you think about that, that's fucking months in advance.
3 months. This fight was announced 3 months ago.
That's nothing.
That's nothing for this
That's
magnitude
nothing.
of a fight.
Most of the time, a fight like this is 6-7 months out.
Oh
easy.
my God, easy.
Maybe more.
When did they announce Canelo Triple G?
It's been a long time.
It's been a while.
I think between the time they announced it and when the fight starts, I gotta feel like it's 5 months at least.
At least 5,
which is normal.
I would assume. But at least they also, boxing was smart because they set it up, right? So they had Canelo versus Chavez Jr. That was a joke, but that was literally just a setup to get him to Triple G, and they both knew it.
Yeah.
So you're looking at basically a year in the making. And before that, 2 years in the making?
And here's more importantly, during that entire time, they're both boxing. So
Correct.
Conor's not. I mean, he's not really sure if he's going to actually have this boxing match with Floyd Mayweather, right? So he knocks out Eddie Alvarez, and then somehow or another the rumblings get started. But that's just not enough time.
Well, did you
few
hear
months to prepare for Floyd?
I agree, especially in that arena, the best of all time in that different arena.
Yeah.
But Floyd goes, listen, I tried making this fight before this, and the UFC turned it down. And he goes, all right, we'll see what happens. And then he goes, then I came back and was like, yo, this is how much money we could make. And he goes, and then they were like, all right, let's do it. He goes, but I tried making this fight a while ago, but even before this.
Yeah, I remember the discussions. But to be that close, like when they actually announced it, okay, this is actually happening.
Crazy.
It's crazy to have it so quickly.
Especially this magnitude of a fight.
Yeah, it's nuts. So if something like that, if you gave Conor like 6 months, maybe he could get in better shape where he could survive. He's always going to he's never going to be against a guy like Mayweather who's so efficient and his movement is so crisp. And this is how I was describing it to a friend of mine. I was like,
does your friend have a boxing or martial arts background
no,
in any facet?
He was trying to figure out like why he would get so tired.
Gotcha.
And I go, okay, when you tie your shoe, you don't even think about it. You just go, whoosh, right? Now, but if you have to think about tying your shoes, it takes more energy.
It's gonna wear you
and
out.
you have to think, and then you're tense. I go, Floyd's just tying his shoes.
He's reacting.
He's just
doing his thing.
he's so good. He's been doing it so long that he's just got it ingrained in his movements. Conor has to think way more than Floyd does. And Floyd is constantly pressuring him, so Conor's backing up all the time, which wears you out.
And also the volume of punches.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he set a really high pace. He thought he thought he was gonna be able to stop him maybe a little more, stop him from coming forward. He wasn't prepared when Floyd put his head in his chest and did work. The ref didn't allow him to get his rest in the clinch. But listen, at the end of the day, I'm all about the glitch in the Matrix, man. I think Conor's a glitch. It was so much fun that he even pulled this off. It's awesome. He didn't dishonor the sport. I thought he did really well. I told Conor, I said, I'm proud of you, man. What he did, win or lose, man, this is nuts.
His belief in himself is incredible. But even that is not enough if you fight a better boxer and your body gets tired. So that's what we saw in that fight. In the beginning of the fight, if he could have maintained somehow or another, if he was in good enough shape, that he could maintain the pace that he had and the movement that he had in the first 3 rounds for the entire 12.
Got to fight.
It's a way different fight. Because he's dangerous, he's quick, he's moving away. He has a huge endurance problem. And this is like something that comes back to for boxing. Obviously,
you don't think he has an endurance problem in UFC as well?
He may,
because if you look at his attributes,
certainly
Joe,
in the Nate Diaz fight,
but the only one that went 5 rounds.
The first fight,
yeah. But if you look at his attributes, I'd say endurance is, and everyone knows I'm a Conor dick rider. But if you go on, his strengths, I'd say it's at the bottom.
Yes.
As far as his strengths,
I agree.
It's not bad where it's like
no, it's not good. It's not good. Look, here's the best endurance in the sport, Mighty Mouse. For sure.
Well, he doesn't count. He's out.
True.
You're 125 pounds. You're out. Cain Velasquez counts.
Cain Velasquez did count when
Cain
he was
Velasquez counts.
at the height of his career. You know who else has phenomenal cardio? Neil Magny. Neil Magny's phenomenal.
Magny, the Gazelle, has some phenomenal
cardio. Amazing pace.
So does, you look at guys, Jon Jones has good cardio.
Very good cardio. Yeah.
Might be EPO. We'll figure it out. We need to talk about that. Something. Can't trust anything.
How disappointing was that? How disappointing was that?
Broke my heart, Jon Jones.
Dude.
You broke my heart.
Dude, Jamie sent it to me. I was at Universal with my wife and my kids.
I was texting with you because what was I doing? I forget. I was working for Showtime, and I didn't have my phone. And then I look at it, I have 70 missed texts and 23 missed calls. I'm like, what the fuck happened? Someone died.
Oh, no.
Dude, who died? And I look and it's like Jon Jones, like, someone might as well die.
Jamie sent it to me. I thought it was a joke.
Me too. I thought the people were messing with me.
I looked at my phone. I was like, this is no way.
And then you sent to me, and you're the first one I texted. I went, is this real? You went, yes.
Well,
broke my heart, Jon Snow.
Once you start talking back and forth with the golden snitch,
That golden snitch, there's zero jokes there. And listen, when the golden snitch comes out with something, they've ran that pisser through a ton of tests. It's not like it's not fake news.
But
not
here's
some
what's
flat
interesting.
Earth shit.
Apparently, hold on, I don't think I can say this.
Bring it, because I had an expert. I talked with an expert about this drug, and he fucking dropped some knowledge on me.
Okay, this is what I've heard. This may or not be true, because this is the reason why I don't think I could say this, because I'm not 100% aware. Maybe we can find some information online available. What I had heard is that this drug is not detectable in blood, that it's a drug that's detectable in urine.
And they have a new test, right? The test
Is it a new test?
From what I heard too is the USADA, they have a new test. Obviously, they don't announce, say, hey, we're doing this now, everyone. Welcome to the party. And this drug was also, it's very common around power lifters, because you can use it in competition, and by the time you get tested after, it has hours half-life. So its shelf life is super short, but you take it, it makes you super aggro and strong. So they go, it's so hard to obtain legally. Everyone gets it black market, and when you get it black market, you don't know where it's coming from. And a lot of time, and this happens with a lot of powerlifters and other athletes, when they test hot for this, it's because they got a bad batch or something else mixed into it. This is coming from a super knowledgeable dude who knows about it.
Oh, it makes you aggro, huh? Like confident, aggressive.
Yeah, he's like, it makes you like, oh. And he goes, and it lasts maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours max. And that's out of your system.
No.
He goes, so that makes sense why someone would fail directly after, because
No. He failed after the weigh-in. That's when he failed. This is after the weigh-in.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, either way.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's like lingering. Maybe
Well, that's what he's saying.
Better.
He's saying. Well, but also I heard they're using a new test too.
Maybe someone gave him a tainted sandwich.
Maybe some tainted dick pills. Either way, he broke my heart. Hey, I'm off the train. I'm off the goddamn train, and I'm sick of the. We have no idea what happened. It was just dick pills. I'm like, I'm out. How dare you?
Well, is he offering up any possible scenario for what happened?
No, he tweeted out like, "This is when I find out who my real friends are." #blessed.
Oh boy,
fuck that noise.
That sounds like you're feeling sorry for
Jesus
yourself.
ain't helping you out of this one.
So much to be grateful for.
Well, it's not gonna be the
different.
UFC money, but yeah,
That's different. Yeah, but he's got a nice family.
That's true.
Good friends, hopefully.
Whatever.
Who knows what the fuck is happening? But here's the thing, man.
Where
they have
there's
a
smoke,
second.
there's fire, Joe.
Yeah. Well,
and listen,
they
in
tested
USADA,
it multiple times.
in
by the way.
USADA, since the Golden Snitch has been around, he's a motherfucker. I like the guy, but if you're a
I do
fighter,
too.
he's a motherfucker.
Well, hey, he's doing exactly what he's supposed to do. Protect
Ruin the
fighters
sport,
from
sir.
people doing
Ruin
steroids.
the sport.
Well,
you ruined baseball first. Now you're here.
No, the fighters are ruining it because they know what the fucking parameters are now.
Let's have
They're
some
still
fun.
I agree. I don't look. Here's the thing about this fight.
Do you think Dana's ever like, God,
What kind of testing was done for this Floyd Mayweather Conor McGregor fight?
are those new lights?
Bro.
I like what you're doing with the place, man.
You know what, man? I like the curtains, right? When I put the new studio, I'm gonna do the curtains.
Yeah,
the
you
same
should,
way.
man. Yeah, but Nowitzki is a guy that you don't want on your bad side.
Oh no.
But do you ever think Dana's like, damn, bro, relax. We
Maybe.
hired you, but Jesus, criminy.
They knew what they were getting into, and you know what? They just decided, this is only one way to clean up the sport. Bring in the guy who's the very best at catching people for doing drugs. Bam, bring him in.
Bam, did they do
Bam.
it? Here's the thing. Jon Jones, since USADA's come in, he's failed 3 out of 4 tests. The only one he didn't fail,
but one was
he fought
coke.
OSP. Coke is coke, brother. Coke is coke, bro. So that's fine? Bro, what's coke? Do a few lines and just fucking Vanderlei Silva pride style, just
how come you can
have
drink like a giant Monster Energy drink? That's one of the sponsors.
because it's not Coke. Because it's a goddamn drink. And
Have you ever done coke?
No, I haven't. Have you?
No, it's one of the few.
I know.
Scared of it.
I don't like
heroin
uppers.
too, obviously. But I didn't do heroin. But when I did get my knee operated on, they had me on a drip. I guess it was morphine. And I get to hit the button
That
every time
shit's
you
delicious.
wanted. And I was just bam, I was firing it in there.
Hell yeah.
Boom,
Yeah, I
boom,
celebrate
boom.
that. Yeah.
I guess they let you fire it into a point where you can't die.
Oh, that's
I can't
cool.
imagine you'd be able to keep hitting that button and then die.
And there's that. No, they can't.
I wonder like what the limit is and how many
I
times
think
you
it
can hit
depends
that
who you
button.
are, right? Because you probably have a high pain tolerance with your background.
But also, I was bored. So if I'm bored, you give me this button that
Let's
I can
get
press.
high,
I'm like,
for God's
keep
sakes.
pressing this
Hell
motherfucker.
yeah.
Watching some terrible local television show that
That's
I
how you
can't
get
change the
addicted.
channel. Oh, I'm sure.
That's how you get super addicted.
I'm sure.
Yeah, someone gave me a bunch of these gummies, these weed gummies, and I can't rest at night. I'm always thinking about something. So I took the weed gummy, and Mars Attack was on. That shit was epic. I've seen it so many times. I feel like it's
Great.
always on late at night for me. It's like my go-to.
It's a great movie. It is like a truly great movie.
Right?
And it's so like silly. Like
It's so
everything
well
about
done.
it. Oh, it's
and the
genius.
cast is just phenomenal.
Genius.
They want to redo that, I feel like.
Didn't Jack Nicholson played 2 different people in that movie?
Yeah, he played like the high roller, like Vegas guy. Then he also
And he
played the
played the
president.
president.
Yes. Jim Brown's in that movie.
That's right. Jim Brown's fucking everybody up.
Yeah,
He plays like
he's
a
fucking
Sonny
alien
Liston
up.
character. Look at
Look at Jack.
Jack Nicholson as the high roller.
And then Martin Short's in it too.
Look at the fucking picture of
Pierce
the alien.
Bronson.
Jesus Christ. Look how cool the alien looks. They were awesome, man. Look at his clothes. That was when the alien was the girl. Remember he thought he was going to
Oh,
get
she
some
was
pussy?
all hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was Pierce
And it was-
Bronson, wasn't it?
Pierce Bronson was in it?
Yes.
He was in it too?
Am I crazy?
Oh,
There
that's
he
right.
is. And then remember him and what's her name? Sarah, whatever, from Sex and the City. Remember her and him their heads get switched onto dogs.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
That's right. They cut their heads off and put them on dogs. Oh, what a fucking great movie.
Oh, and remember Jack Black? He was in the military and he just runs at him and gets murked right away in front of the family on TV. He's all, fuck it, I'm going in, and rushes in.
They were so fun. See if you could pull up just a video. We could see them moving around.
Dude, I feel, especially for 1996, this was some Avatar shit.
Oh, my God.
It was legit.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I did a movie, or what was it that I did? I did something with one of the guys. Was it Christina Applegate in that too? Oh, what's her name? Who was that girl?
Christina Applegate's not
No,
in
that
this.
was the girl from The Big Lebowski, Tara Reid. Really? Wasn't that her? Right there? Isn't that her? No.
Oh,
Who is that?
that was like the yoga bitch who was all into it.
Isn't
Like,
that Tara Reid?
Yeah, that's not her though.
and remember,
That's not Tara
she
Reid?
releases the doves.
Oh, that's, what's her name? Warren Beatty's wife, Annette Bening. That's who that is. That's who that is. That's who that is.
Here come the powerful Martians.
Fuck, that movie was good.
Dude, look at this.
Let's not be too rash.
Powerful James Bond.
Hi there. Are you interested in the White House?
To meet with a new
Hot alien broad. Look at that.
Boom.
Yeah, it's Annette Bening was
There's
like
Jack
that.
Black.
Tell you one thing, they ain't getting
His family sees him
They
murked on
get the
TV.
TV. She cocks a shotgun.
This could be a cultural misunderstanding. But be prepared for a few changes to what we know.
Oh, what a great movie.
You're Jon Jones, right? It ain't unusual.
As we must learn
They shot the fucking dog.
There's Jack Black.
to a new tune.
Ah.
Jack Nicholson. Whoa.
Get
Get along. Glenn Close.
kick the crap out of them.
What a lineup.
Pierce Brosnan.
What, in your view, are some of the things that the Martians can teach us, Professor?
Quite a lot about Mars, I expect, Natalie.
That means
With the dog's head on her.
you're gonna need lawyers, right?
And Annette Bening.
I think they've
I forgot about the giant robot.
Me too. Remember the grandma figures it out?
Tim Burton.
By music, kills him.
Oh, that's right. Spoiler alert.
The crazy ass grandma.
Hey, we all make mistakes, Mr. President.
Oh, remember they swallowed a nuclear bomb? They like tried to nuke them
Yeah,
and they
they
put it
laughed
in a
at 'em.
balloon and then just inhaled it. Oh,
What a great
movie.
Tim Burton. Shout out to Tim Burton.
Tim Burton's a
I
bad
didn't know
motherfucker.
that. Hell yeah, he's bad.
He's made some awesome movies. And they're always so weird, too. It's like, what a crazy guy he must be.
He must be
have that
batshit
mind.
crazy.
He did
Yeah.
Pee-wee.
That's right.
He did Pee Wee Herman?
Which one did he do? The first one?
Was he the greatest man of all time?
Wow.
he did Batman.
He did the early Batman too, right?
He did. Yeah. First of all, he sold Michael Keaton as Batman.
Yeah, that's right.
Did you about the Joker movie that they just announced?
No.
With Jared Leto?
He's not going to be in it. They're making. I think Martin Scorsese and Todd Phillips are making a Joker origin story.
That's my boy.
I thought Jared Leto. Everybody loved him as the Joker.
Yeah, no, he's not going to be in this.
No, but he has you're talking about two different ones. So Jared Leto's doing a spin-off Joker too, but this one, my boy Todd Feldman put together with Todd Phillips and Martin Scorsese. Is that how you say it?
Scorsese.
Jesus Christ, speech impediment. Anyways, yeah.
The Joker origin story on deck. Todd Phillips, Scott Silver, Martin Scorsese.
And it's dark. It's like a dark Joker. Like how he, as a kid, he had a permanent smile and everyone made fun of him. It's like on the streets of Brooklyn. It's like super dark and real. I can't wait.
Who's playing the Joker?
I don't think they announced yet.
Well,
God damn it.
I'm going to make the announcement here.
You going to do it?
No, yeah, right? I can't wait. I love that stuff.
That's a tricky role, right? Like Heath Ledger did it. Yeah, that's one of those roles where like Jack Nicholson did it. Ooh,
Jared Leto killed it too.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
They said on set he would like send the cast like weird shit in the mail. He went full Joker.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he'd send him like dead rats in the mail.
I might have to kick his ass.
Yeah, I'd be like, bro, come on. No, I get the whole Joker thing. Let's relax.
In the mail.
Send me that Gucci cape you're wearing, for God's sakes. Not the goddamn snakes you keep sending.
He was in a movie that documents his issues with a record company that Jamie, you're always recommending. What's that called again?
If Jared Leto's in it.
I remember what it's called the other day. I'll look it up real quick.
It's something about his band.
30 Seconds from Mars.
Yeah, they had some deal with a record.
It's called Artifact.
Artifact. That's the name of the documentary. So he had some deal with a record company and couldn't get out of it. And it was apparently they made a brutal documentary about it. And it won all these awards.
Is it on Netflix?
I gotta tell you, I gotta be honest with you. When I see like awards in between those leaves, when they write things in between those leaves, I ignore it because it looks pretentious.
Oh, dude,
why do
it
you have
sells
that
me
framed?
every time. I'm like, it must be good. It must be good.
Why do you have what you have to say framed in between fern leaves? Is this ancient Rome? What the fuck are you doing? Is this hieroglyphs? It doesn't work at all with me.
God, it works
does
with
the
me.
opposite.
It's like when I see a company that says world's best coffee, I'm like, I gotta try it. I'm that guy.
You should start framing all your posters that you send out for your gigs.
In leaves?
Quotes about you. I'll make a quote. You can put it inside leaves. I'll say he's fucking hilarious.
It's like
put it in between
Joe Rogan,
leaves.
then 2 leaves.
One of my funniest friends between 2 palm leaves.
Joe says he's all right. Get tickets here.
Why? What the fuck is with the palm leaves, man?
It makes it more official.
It's stupid. Pull that back up again. That shit looks stupid.
God, I see that. I'm like, this shit must be good.
First
That's why
of all,
they do it, Joe.
Why do they have 5 of them? Get the fuck out of here. That
'Cause the
means you
movie's
got 10
killing it.
palm leaves.
Because that movie's
Get out of
killing
here.
it. That's why. Because Jared Leto's involved. That's why.
No, you get 10 palm leaves. You took up all that. Make those quotes bigger so I can actually read them without
what's
putting
it
on my
say?
reading glasses. Look how much smaller the quotes are than the fucking the subtitle.
That's a bunch of independent awards. That's
Gotham
why.
Independent Film Awards, Audience Award winner, DOC New York City Festival, official selection. Oh, it's all bullshit.
Yeah, that's
Toronto International Film Festival, People's Choice Award, South by Southwest, 24 beats per second, official selection. Oh, you put that? You put that inside of palm leaves?
That's some
official
honey chicken.
selection?
That's some bullshit one.
You
That
just
one's
wanted
bullshit.
to have Melbourne International Film Festival official selection. You just want to have your shit in palm leaves. See, that's exactly what I'm saying. That's why they have the quote so small. They're fucking with you, Schaub, and you're just eating it up.
I'm eating it up. I'm going to go home and watch it.
Don't let them get you with those goddamn leaves, Schaub.
They got me, brother. Every time. Every fucking time.
I'm not impressed by leaves. No. How about one good quote from somebody that I think I respect their opinion?
Like a legit actor. Like,
Yeah.
I enjoyed this movie.
Yes.
Martin Lawrence.
Yeah. Huh.
Just see how far
choice.
you.
I would have said Marlon Wayans. I always thought the fucking record business was shady. Kevin Hart.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That would be great. Yeah. Selection. What does that mean? You didn't even win. Did you win or did you not win?
You won some cool awards, you know?
You didn't even win that award. That's an official selection. You got selected, bitch. That doesn't mean shit. You can't put that inside of palm leaves. I got picked. But, yeah, I went on a date with that girl. Did you fuck her? No.
Yeah,
she selected me to go on a date with her.
Selected me?
There's something it just got brought up because I just saw it. There's something interesting about Jared Leto. I want to see what you guys think about this. He's got a pseudonym that he like directs under.
Bartholomew Cubans?
Yeah, Cubbins, I think.
Okay.
Bartholomew
I just see
Cubbins.
you see it pop up from time to time. But
He
it's him.
directed it.
It's his name.
Oh.
That's like his
That's smart because he
alternative.
doesn't want people to think about him. He
Yeah,
just wants
I
them to think
guess.
about the movie.
Yeah, but pick an
Yeah.
easier name. Can we just call you Bart on set?
Well,
Bart
maybe,
Cubbins?
Maybe he was on like fucking.
Oh, I'm sure he was on some shit. Dude, he did the MTV Awards last night before. Like he's sponsored by Gucci, so he has like way too much. He has a Gucci scarf, cape, glasses, all this shit on. Just because they sell it doesn't mean you have to wear it. Anyways, so they're asking him about his appearance and like his performance. He's like, trust me, you've never seen anything like this. I don't want to give it away. And I'm a Jared Leto fan. I was like, this is gonna be some shit. This motherfucker just did you mean the Predator? He just did the night vision Predator thing. Look at this. Come on, bro.
What did he do?
He just did a Predator vision. We did this in the 90s. Look, that's it.
That's the whole video?
Yeah, he was like, it's like some Avatar shit. You've never seen this before.
See, but because first of all, you're not really obsessed with this. Like he's obsessed with himself, so that's part of the problem. And then second of all, you're probably not on the same drugs he's on. But if you were, go full screen with that. I don't feel like you're giving the full effect.
Bro, you're talking about the Predator
Go full
night vision,
effect.
son.
No, it's a little bit more than that. It's kind of freaky.
All right, well, that's kind of detailed.
I kind of
there.
like it. He's got a hat on. You can see it through the hat.
It's not that creative, though, I feel like.
Interesting that you say this.
And he's a creative
Word.
dude.
Maybe it's good. Maybe if you're high on ecstasy, this would be the best video ever.
Yeah, you might be
If
right.
it's live. I don't know how much that has to play into it too.
Are they a good band?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, very good.
he's phenomenal.
I've literally never heard their music. I'd like
Ooh,
to
you would
listen
know
to
You
it.
probably have. I bet you
I
just
bet
didn't
you
know
do.
you heard it because they've been around since the late '90s.
That boy can
early
act,
2000s.
too.
He's got a lot of kids behind him. Who else people dancing?
That's his entourage, son.
Are they dancers?
Yeah.
Dude,
Imagine
how
if everywhere you went, you had dancers.
be kind of cool. His beard isn't cool.
You don't think that looks good?
No, the hairiest beard. Dude, how about this, Joe?
like it.
MTV fucked up so bad, and I love MTV. How about they fucked up? How about, because Jared Leto toured with Chester, the guy who committed suicide for Linkin Park, and with the guy from Soundgarden, who also committed suicide. He's known him, two of his best friends. So they have him do an open monologue for him, right?
Yeah.
Like just telling like how great they were. And he goes, all right, let's cut to the last time Chester performed on stage here, and they're like on top of Hollywood, and he's singing, and MTV cuts the feed, and you, Mentos, have you had your fresh breath today? And they just cut it off,
What?
and they come back like, hey, it's Nicki Minaj's ass. Yeah, they like did this whole dedication to them, and then halfway, not even halfway, maybe 20 seconds of performance, cut it to commercial.
Huh.
It was rough.
Why would they do that?
I don't know.
Why wouldn't they play the full song?
I don't know. People were so upset. They thought it was so disrespectful.
Was it an accident?
I don't know. I don't think
Or, like,
so.
just-
I think they were
Could've
just like,
fixed
we
it.
got to cut the break. Hit that Mentos commercial.
Man, look, I'm very biased about this because I don't interrupt podcasts with commercials, but there's a big difference between like watching shit on Netflix and watching shit on regular TV, or watching shit on HBO and watching shit on regular TV.
I don't watch commercials.
You get brought out of the whole hypnotic effect of seeing a show.
It breaks your focus.
100%.
Like if Game of Thrones had commercial, there's sometimes in Game of Thrones I don't breathe. Like when that
Yeah.
Red Wedding, I was like,
Oh, dude, just
till
wait.
after.
Just wait till some shit happens with certain said dragon.
I'm trying not to get so
Everybody
close to
shut the-
anyone because everyone dies.
Shut the fuck up. You can't get close.
I got close.
You cannot
if
get
something
close.
happens with Khaleesi, man, I'm
Oh, shush,
I'm gonna
shush,
bust.
shush, shush. We
I
can't
love
talk.
me
We
some
can't talk.
Khaleesi.
We can't talk. We can't say
Dragon
anything.
Slayer. She's such a beast.
She's the mother of all dragons.
I
bro.
know.
She's not a slayer. She would never slay the dragons.
That's true. You know what I'm saying, though.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, but if there's like interruptions in the Game of Thrones, it like I'm in the
Can you
zone,
imagine?
man. I'm
Yeah.
in the zone.
ugh, I tried watching Walking Dead once on regular TV in real time, and I was like, I can't even do this.
I just flip through all the channels. As soon as commercials I flip through, I just record them so I can fast forward them.
Yeah.
I don't get how they make money off these ads anymore.
Well, that's my point, is that this is a very ineffective way to promote things. And I think it would probably be a more effective way. Like, think of all the ads they have in a show, right? They have all these shows. Wouldn't it be, like, way more effective if they had one very good or two very good ads at the beginning of the show? And they say, like, Game of Thrones is brought to you by, boom, and they do it. If you've got to do that,
I agree.
have it in the beginning and know that the show sponsored this entire episode so that the episode doesn't have to have That's just like
They do that.
business greedy.
They do it, but yeah, they want to do those 30-second spots to get all that money for the network,
But
right?
the thing is, like, those breaks, they ruin the art. So they make the creation worse. So it makes it less valuable.
Yep.
It makes it less valuable to sell ads on. And also, no one's watching them. They're just not going. You're going to get a fraction of the people watching them, and a lot of people are going to be upset by them.
I agree, and it doesn't. They just don't work. That the advertisement agency, they come around obviously podcasting, because if someone's going to listen to your show for 3 hours a day, it's just a different dynamic. But you're also not up there reading, whatever sponsor MeUndies we have coming, MeUndies. You're not up there just reading in the middle. Like if you're like, hold on, Brendan, let me do this real quick.
Well, a lot of people do that. I just don't think it's the right way to do it anymore. I just think the only reason why we're doing it that way is because everybody always did it that way before. That's how you saw it on television. That's how you heard it on the radio. They always interrupted for these ads. I don't think that's the most effective way to do ads. I just think that we got used to doing it that way.
I think it upsets people.
It definitely does.
I think it turns people off where they're like, fuck that product.
People used to say, well, what if someone has to get up to take a leak? Well, you don't have to do that anymore. You can pause things now.
Yeah.
You can watch an HBO and pause it. I mean, we have different control over media now. And ultimately, we're going to get to a point where you can watch things, almost everything's going to be on demand, the way Netflix does it.
It's the future.
It's the future.
Imagine doing a Comedy Central special, and there's commercials through your special.
That's what mine was.
That's
my last
insane.
Comedy Central special, I had to break it up, and I edited it for commercials. And I even, recorded it for commercials. I knew that it was going to be 44 minutes.
Damn.
I had to do it during this constraint, and these were when we're going to drop things in. So it had to make sense when you shut it off and then went to commercial. It's very complicated to edit that way.
It's tough enough as it is.
Yeah, and it's not good to watch it that way. It's just not. I mean, it's better than not watching it at all. But the best way to watch something is all the way through. But here's the question is, say if you're a company, right? Outside of podcasts, which are pretty easy, just do the ads in the beginning. How do you sell things now? Say if you're, pick a product. If you're Mentos, with it just interrupted
Mentos,
the fucking.
I sponsor that show, and I pay enough where they don't need the other ad revenue, and I get at the beginning and the end.
But is it worth it for them? Because that's a tangible amount of money, right? If you're gonna have one sponsor for the entire show, think of how many sponsors the Video and Music Awards must have. Dozen. How many do they have?
They'll do this performance is brought to you by Pepsi, and then they hit it, which is almost better than doing a full Pepsi commercial.
I guess.
I don't know.
You still don't want to hear it. How do you advertise something without interrupting something else? There's got to be a way, because it seems so sneaky, but they've always done it this way. You're watching something, you don't want to hear the ad, you got to sit through the ad. All right, get back to what I like, and then you get back to it.
But I wonder if they must be seeing a return, because otherwise they would stop, right? Obviously, I bet it's down, but the advertising agency is so big, the industry is so big, because who really watches things live now besides sports? Game of Thrones, I'm on season 4, for God's sakes, came out years ago. There's other shows, like my other shows, Hard Knocks, HBO, no commercials.
Yeah.
And if there's commercials, I won't even see one. Who's really sitting there when it's live?
I watch commercials on HBO for upcoming programs.
Those aren't really commercials. They're not selling you a product. They're showing you other cool shit they're developing.
It's like previews at the movies.
Yeah,
It's
I dig that.
Hey, here's some cool shit you might want to watch. They're not selling you anything.
Exactly.
Right?
But even at AMC, when those delicious ice cold sodas pop out, I'm like, you know what? I might have to have one.
Yeah, but that's before the movie. See, perfect
I expect
example.
that.
And they also have that after they showed you a bunch of really cool shit with the previews.
You've already got my approval. We're already friends.
Or if you get there real early, it's a slideshow.
Oh, those are
You always feel like a loser. When are you going to start showing me some things that move?
Lights are on, bright white screen, and then it's just like ads. Yeah, that's right.
And it's like a local Italian restaurant.
Yeah, it's always some bullshit. Always.
The best bread and the fucking things in between
feel like
palm
a
leaves.
loser. Yeah.
Their awards are in between leaves.
Yeah, it's just you and your buddy.
Yeah,
you do
man.
feel like a loser.
Yeah, you feel like a loser.
Straight.
Like, oh my God, we're idiots. We got here so early. There's a lot of these movie theaters that are taking off that are in places where you get assigned seating and they sell booze and they bring real food.
That's what I do.
There's a lot of those now, man. There's a ton of different ones.
It's great. iPick, you go there. It's so nice, man.
There's so many of them now. You don't have to
It's good food too.
Yeah.
Like really good food.
Yeah.
Some dude was eating a steak next to me and shit.
There's that Cineopolis. You ever go to that one?
No.
ArcLight's good too.
ArcLight's good.
Yeah.
There's some really good ones.
Well, they figured it out, man. It's like the same thing that airports have figured out. Hey, we don't have to have only shitty food. How about you have like a nice little restaurant right here in the airport? And they started doing that with like Wolfgang Puck's in LAX, and then
they have lemonade
it's accelerated. Now? There's a lot of good stuff at the airport now. You
good
can get
coffee.
You can get real food.
Dude,
at the
San
airport
Francisco
now.
has like straight up 5-course meals.
Yeah,
like it's
like real legit
food.
Yeah.
The DIA has a chop house, steakhouse.
Oh yeah. New York has in JFK. JFK has some serious restaurants.
JFK
we ate
does?
some killer Italian food.
Really?
Killer. Like really good. Some serious shit. Yeah, everywhere's figured that now. They're like, look, you've got people coming in and out. A lot of these people are business people. A lot of these people have money.
Well, good meals.
Yeah, they don't want to just eat McDonald's.
Even the plain food's getting better too.
Yeah,
depending where you're at.
They have an osteria in LAX now.
I know,
like a fancy schmancy little place where with a tasting menu.
I love that shit.
I'm getting hungry.
Me too.
Damn, you still sticking in the keto diet?
I went pescatarian.
Oh, how dare you!
No, just to mix it up. I did keto forever, and I go back to it. I'm doing pescatarian.
Only fish, or do you eat scallops and mussels too?
Scallop and mussels.
Lobster?
I'm not a huge lobster fan.
How dare you?
I made some lobster, and then I grilled it up real proper like.
Grilled it up? Why not just throw it in the dirt and let it get heated up by the sun?
Grilled lobster? You don't? What do you like your lobster? Boiled?
Boiled like a man.
No.
Yeah, throw it in by yourself.
That's for amateur. That's JV.
What?
I like to grill that thing.
Did
man.
you kill
Put
it
a little
first?
butter. I don't kill anything. I just buy it from the store and the tails. I'm not fucking
you're
lobster
grilling
diving
lobster
for
tails.
God's sake.
You're grilling lobster tails? Jesus Christ.
What do you do?
What the hell
You're
are
out
you?
there fucking.
You get them live.
Oh, fuck. You get them live from
Dude,
where? It's
first of all, from the
2017.
what are you talking about? Grocery stores have tanks. You go to a grocery store and get live lobsters.
Jamie, what's the last time you saw a goddamn lobster tank?
They do.
I don't know.
You go to Rouse or some shit, maybe they have that inhumane tank.
They have it at a
where they're
lot of
like
places.
crawling to get out.
Dude, they have it at a lot of places.
No.
Yes. Listen,
I haven't seen that since I was a kid.
They have one in Gelson's. Right up the street from here. You go there, there's a tank of water, scoop up a fucking lobster, tell me, give me that one right there. It's about 2 pounds, sir. Okay. We'll take that one. That's a good one.
Am I batshit
No.
crazy? I haven't seen that in forever.
You only go to Whole Foods, that's why.
Yeah, I'm fancy.
You don't fuck around. Amazon bought Whole Foods. Hear about that, right?
No,
They're
changing the
slashing
game.
prices.
And their stock, as soon as they bought it, went boom, 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 boom. They paid whatever, $12 billion.
Here's
their
what they
stock went
gotta
up
do.
$22 billion.
Here's what they got. You want to make some money?
Yeah, sure.
Get rid of those fucking people in the parking lot that harass you when you're walking out with a car. You got ice cream. It's 150 degrees outside. And they're like, can I have 2 minutes for gay rights? And they like, put their finger in front of your face like, hey, I vote, man. I vote for gay rights. You can't just get me. You're ambushing me when I'm coming out with my fucking cold food. This guy did that to me. He stuck his finger in my face.
This is at Gleason's again?
Gelson's. Gleason's is a gym in New York.
That's right. At Gelson's, they did that shit again?
Yeah. No, they don't,
fuck that place.
That thing only happened to me once where the guy said, can I have 2 minutes for gay rights? Or
Oh,
1 minute for
go
gay
down
rights,
Abbott
whatever he
Kenny.
said. That only happened to me once. But I've been stopped for a bunch of other things. A bunch of other things. Sometimes they have a whole fucking table set up.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
They
yeah.
have a
You go down
table set
3rd
up.
Street or Abbott Kenny, there's table set for Syrian children, blacks, Asians,
Here's the
white
problem with those
privilege.
things. I don't have the time to research where this money's going.
I don't trust people. I'm like,
for
how do I know
sure.
you can give the kid money?
For sure. There was some girl, like, real aggressive. It's way back in the day. It's like more than 10 years ago. At the airport, some black chick with a bucket, an open bucket. And she had some binder with a bunch of photos in it and stuff. And she was saying, we're collecting money for this.
That sounds legit.
And
I'm
I
giving
go,
her money.
what? And she goes, and she was like real aggressive about it. I go, yeah. I go, you have a binder and you have a bucket that you want me to put money in. And she was like, well, fuck you then. And I was like, fuck me then. Oh, okay. I go, that makes a lot of sense. You're super charitable. That's what you're all about. I go, you're stealing people's money with some stupid scam. Like you have a bunch of photos of like downtrodden people that's in some sort of a binder that's behind plastic,
Poor
and
effort.
you can close this binder and you tuck it because you're gonna get busted, and you get this
100%.
weird bucket that's wide open. You could scoop anything out of it, and then I ask you about it. You say fuck you.
Was there any money in there?
Oh yeah, there's like a couple bucks in there already. It was one of those weird things. It's like, who's to stop you from taking
I just
that
don't
money?
trust that. Like I was off of the 90 the other day, and I came to stop, and I saw this huge banner that said, "Help us pay for our father's funeral." It was like 4 black guys, and I'm like, God, gave him a little 10 spot, not a 20. Let's not get crazy, but
the problem is you don't know.
That's the thing. I don't know.
If it really is, I mean, if this girl really was trying to raise money for a charitable cause that's really good, she didn't represent it very well. She just seemed like a scammer. Like, I got out, I was like, look at that binder. It's just some pictures that are folded up in a binder and some printed piece of paper.
There's just too much stuff going around. Yeah. You just hear too much bad stuff.
The bucket had an open top. Like, you can just reach in that bucket. You could drop things in the like, where's the accountability?
Yeah.
Like, how do I?
Show
that's
a little
crazy.
effort, girl.
But that's a good scam. Like, if you're a person that wants to scam people, that's like a great scam.
Is
it's
it?
a smart move?
Feels
Sure.
like some bullshit.
Oh, you're gonna make money, dude. If you go to Vegas or not Vegas, LAX rather, and you're walking like down that where people are arriving. First of all, they just want you to get the fuck away from them.
They just want to get.
So they'll throw $5 in there. Maybe 1 out of 10. Maybe 1 out of 10 they'll give you money. 1 out of 10 gives you money. You're seeing hundreds of people, and the people are gone. They're not. It's not like you're doing this in a restaurant where they can see you do it to one person.
It's true,
and
that's
the other
not a
people
bad
see you
idea.
coming. Yeah, everybody's constantly filtering out.
I
Everyone's
don't
very
think
transient.
security's going to let you do that.
Well, I think that's why she had the binder. And that's why, like, the whole bucket thing was very bizarre.
This was a while ago. I see.
Oh, yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah, security. Like, move along, lady.
Yeah, this is more than 10 years ago.
Okay.
But I'll never forget, like, how aggressive she got with me to, like, the point where my adrenaline fired up, where I was like, whoa, this girl might, like, swing at me.
That's always the worst.
Yeah, she was like, when she said, fuck you, she was, like, in my face.
Because you can tell, like.
It was enough to know that she has definitely hit people before.
Yeah, and she's not playing.
It was just a person that was a little too aggressive.
A little too aggressive.
And so I'm like, whoa, am I going to get in a fight here? Like, you get to that feeling like, am I have to get in a fight with a chick at the airport?
Those nerves. Dude, when I was in the back after the fight, right? So, again, I heard
about this.
Yeah.
Tell me about this.
Can we just clear it up now? So many people have been blowing me up. So, again, I'm with Terrence Crawford, Amir Khan, Berto, and I'm in the back, and they're saying how good Conor did. I'm like, yeah, great. And, I thought he was going to do even better. I'm surprised, he did well. And Showtime wanted me to go do this post-fight show thing. So I'm going, and I see Nate Diaz, and he's by himself. Like, no one's really by him. He's by himself, and he's on his phone. And I see him, and I think, oh, same fraternity, UFC guys. There's no UFC representatives there, really. There's like Dana, I didn't see him at the fight. I just figured, hey, we're brothers in arms
say hi.
here. Yeah, what's up, man? But I was going towards him because he looked busy. I was going to go towards him, and whether he wanted my help or not, I figured I know a few things about marketing. The next fight for him is Conor. I'm assuming he's there to sell that fight. That should be the next fight, Conor versus Nate Diaz 3, the trilogy. That's the fight. So I was going to go to him because I saw some interviews where he was kind of hating on Conor, and I would have spun it the other way. He should have celebrated Conor and what he did, winning rounds against the best of all time, and saying, look, I beat him up worse than Floyd. Now we're going to do this trilogy. I'm going to end him faster than Floyd did. Like, that should be the sell. I was going to go talk to him about this. So I see him out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, oh, and they're like, come on, Brendan, we got to go. I'm like, let me just say what's up to this guy. I'm like, yo, Nate, bro, how about that fight, man? You're next. Biggest fight in UFC history, brother. And he starts laughing. He's like, oh, hell no. How fucking stupid do you look now? And I'm like caught off guard. I'm like, what? He's like, how stupid do you look? Talking all this shit. I'm like, whoa, what are you doing right now? What the hell are you doing right now? And he keeps talking. And I go, Nate, he doesn't look that stupid. He won rounds against the best boxer of all time. And then Nate's like, he didn't win rounds. He gave him 1 round. I'm like, all right, man, either way. So he won rounds though. What are you doing? And he just keeps talking shit. And then he starts like talking about my career. And I'm like, what is going on right now? I go, Nate.
He's mad at you.
I went, Nate, I have no issues with you. You're pointing your gun at the wrong guy. What are you doing right now? You should be selling this fight against Conor, not me. I'm not the guy. I said, I'm in skinny jeans and Gucci boots, for God's sakes. What are you doing right now? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then like Showtime was like, come on, let's go, boys. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, keep going. I was just embarrassed by the situation. Because he kept talking, like he kept doing this, and this is the part I left out. This is what triggered him. He was talking, I literally couldn't hear him because people were like, Schaub, let's go, because they didn't want a fight. So like, Schaub, let's go, and he keeps talking, and I'm like, Nate, use your words. I can't understand a word you're saying. Use your words.
Oh.
And he probably has that that lisp or whatever. Yeah. That probably set him off. But I have no issues with Nate. There's nothing
that's
there.
When it got ugly?
Yeah. Then he kept talking shit, and I was like, what are you going to do? What are we doing here? And he kept doing this. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I was so embarrassed because the Showtime guys were like, oh, my God, who is that guy? I'm like, That's the guy who's supposed to fight Conor next. They fought before, and like, and why does he want to? What's wrong with him? What's wrong with him? I'm like, it's just. I was so embarrassed, man. I'm like, oh God.
Now,
I have no issues with him.
Do you think that Conor wants that fight?
I do.
You think that's a good money fight?
I do. I think it's their only fight. I think, I think it's the true winner, because those fights at 70 are toss up. 1-1 is whatever. Neither one should be fighting at 70. At 55, a trilogy fight makes sense for the belt. It'd be the biggest pay-per-view of all time. I think it's the only fight that makes sense. You can't do Khabib. Tony and Kevin Lee, there's just not big enough stars to get Conor to come out.
You can't do Khabib because Khabib hasn't made the weight.
True, and he's not ready to fight. He's just, he's never.
I don't understand that.
So how can you sell Khabib right now? Like, so let's say, just in a perfect world, you want to do Khabib versus Conor, and you go on this world tour trying to build Khabib up. You go to Russia, you go all over. Conor wants to fight him in Russia. Crazy. How do we know he's going to make weight and doesn't pull out? So he's out of the equation right now. He needs to come back, fight someone else. So
he needs to get his body sorted out.
He needs to figure some shit out.
Luke Rockhold was saying that his liver shut down. I read it in an interview. Apologize. I didn't hear him say it. Yeah. I read it in an interview. He said that his liver shut down when he was cutting weight for the Michael Johnson fight. And then the next fight after that, he didn't make weight. His body shut down for the Ferguson fight, and they canceled the fight.
I'll tell you what, though, Khabib's not even in the conversation for me anymore. Until he gets his shit together, I'm not even entertaining the idea of him fighting.
He looks thick, too,
I like Kevin Lee. I like Kevin Lee. He's the complete package. He's a bad dude, but the thing is, he speaks well. He looks the part.
Talks a lot of shit.
He's great. He dresses well. He has all the makings of your next superstar.
Yeah, and he realizes now, especially in the Conor McGregor era, you got to talk a lot of shit.
Yeah, even Floyd said it best. Like, you just can't win fights. You got to sell yourself.
Listen, Kevin Lee is only, I think, 25.
He's young, 25 or 24.
Yeah. Find out. He's 24 or 25. Super young, right? Now, remember how brash Conor was when he first got to the UFC. Yeah. Very similar. He's like 26, I believe. Okay, so he's 24. September 4th, he's almost 25. He'll be 25 in a couple of days. He's super talented. Looks better every time you see him. So he's essentially like somewhere around Conor's age when Conor is like a year younger than Conor when Conor first burst on the scene. And Conor was nobody back then. Yep. Nobody knew who he was. I'd seen him on the internet and from fights in England, and I knew he was really talented. I actually went back and forth with him with some tweets before he got to the UFC. Yeah. So there's a few people who knew about him, but it was nothing like what you see now. Nothing, right? Kevin Lee down the road is a 155-pounder who talks a lot of shit. He's a bad motherfucker.
Looks great.
He looks great.
Speaks well.
Built like a brick shit house.
Speaks well.
Speaks well.
African American.
Dresses well.
Check
all the boxes. And he can fucking fight. So
that's the biggest thing.
That fight with Conor McGregor down the road, ooh.
You need more time, I hear you.
Right.
But down the road.
Yeah.
But this is my thing for Conor. Like,
but he could do it.
He 100%. To me, Kevin Lee's your next big thing. However, Kevin Lee versus Tony Ferguson's a tough fight. Tony's so goddamn good. It's a great fight.
And here's another one. Tony Ferguson down the road. Tony Ferguson can talk some shit too. Tony Ferguson is very smooth. Tony Ferguson is very confident, and he's also a weirdo.
He's weird. He has that weird vibe. You get that weird vibe. Phenomenal fighter.
Intense.
Yeah.
He's so intense, but like he does like
new classes,
Wing Chun and shit.
Yeah.
And he does all these weird moves where he's like flowing on the ground and rolling around. He does a lot of weird shit. But his endurance is off the charts. He cuts a shitload of weight and does it like a professional.
Mexican descent. You can capitalize on that.
And he wins by knockout. And he also wins by submission.
He's exciting as shit.
Very exciting.
Look at the guys he's beat, too.
Very exciting.
It's a tough test for Kevin.
It's a very tough test. It's a very good fight.
To me, as far as like potential like superstardom,
those are the guys.
Kevin Lee is that's the guy right now, I think.
Yeah, maybe. But if Tony Ferguson becomes the interim champion and starts talking all kinds of crazy shit, his star will rise, man.
Don't get me wrong. There's a difference between rising and then becoming like a straight up superstar, like a transcendent, like Conor McGregor, Ronda Rousey. Like there's a certain
what makes Canelo? Because he's not really charismatic and he only speaks Spanish. So with the Mexicans, it clicks.
Just Mexicans, he collects.
And also,
like a Triple
Mexico has sort of a built-in boxing base.
If you're the king of boxing, you're Mexican. You are
giant
automatically. Here you go.
You don't
selling.
even have to talk.
No, you're good.
He
barely talks. He's not entertaining at all.
Right.
Entertaining fighter.
Maybe
terrible
for Mexicans.
Interviews.
He's
all
right.
right.
What the fuck he's saying?
No, he's from the same hometown as my girl. She's like, no, he's not. To interview him, it's whatever.
But Gennady Golovkin, who's equally impressive, if not more impressive than Canelo, he's undefeated. He murks everybody.
Everybody.
He's a goddamn murderous body puncher, and he can sell like 150 pay-per-views.
150, 200 max.
That's crazy.
He doesn't have the star quality.
150,000 pay-per-views for one of the very best boxers on the planet Earth.
If not the best.
Undefeated.
How about 175,000 for Andre Ward?
Crazy. Well, 125 for the rematch.
Crazy, man.
That's even crazier.
It's nuts.
I don't even think it was 170. I think we looked at it. I think we found out it was like 167.
It's a real bummer.
167 and like 125 or something.
But again,
like that.
to become like a straight up household superstar, it takes more than just being this badass fighter.
And Andre
you gotta
Ward,
have the looks. I have to have everything.
Andre Ward is like, he's articulate, he's admirable. He seems like he's got a great control of his ego. He's smart.
He's a great.
He
He comes from a rough background. Like, it's a great story. He's been with the same trainer since he was 12.
Yeah.
He's never lost. Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah.
I wonder what
he lost.
There's something
he
about
lost that
him.
Kovalev
Yeah,
fight.
right. There's something about him that people just don't.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I thought he lost the Kovalev fight, but I thought it was close. But the second fight, he fucked Kovalev up. That's what's important.
Yeah.
That's what's important because that was a big like turnaround.
How about Deontay Wilder?
Yeah.
He's our American-born heavyweight champion. He could come in right now with 2 pizzas and we'd be like, "What's up, bro?" No one would stop him outside.
No one knows who he is.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
And he's supposed to fight Ortiz, I think. That's the rumors.
That's a dangerous fight.
I don't like that fight for him.
Ortiz is a bad motherfucker.
And then Anthony Joshua was supposed to fight that Russian fella. And then I think the winner of those 2 fight. I forget his name. It's a tough fight for Joshua, but he should win it. But freaking Wilder has a tough fight on his hands.
Yeah.
Super tough fight. That Ortiz is...
He's very good.
Monster.
He's a southpaw, too.
Southpaw.
Yeah.
King Kong, they call him King Kong.
Yeah, he's a beast.
I know, I don't like that fight for him. But neither one of those... Like, Joshua's a big star, looks the part, speaks well, knockout artist, had that great fight with Klitschko. So he kind of has that. But those other guys, there's just nothing in
Joshua
boxing.
will be that way. It will be giant for the UK, especially if he defends the title a few times.
He's huge.
Giant.
Huge.
Bigger and bigger with every fight. He's got superstar status possibilities.
Agree.
Super articulate, very reserved,
in
and
the UFC though.
and
With Jon Jones out, he was really your only next superstar, and he's a notch down from Conor. Like, there's Conor, Brock Lesnar, Ronda, they're here. Conor's even above them, and then there's your second tier superstar. And then you got Jon Jones. Then after
Jon
that,
Jones,
it goes.
With this, becomes the #1 fuck up of all time for sure,
hands down.
If he wasn't already, this is the biggest one.
No, he's
ever.
consistent at beating the shit out of people in the octagon. Very consistent and consistent at fucking up.
Now, we can only hope and pray that somehow or another there's some mistake.
How many times are we going to go over this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, you're breaking our heart, man.
He's so goddamn good. You watch that fight with Daniel Cormier and you're like, Jesus Christ, he's so good.
Yeah,
he's so good.
But do we take the PEDs into account now? Like, how do we know what real Jon Jones are we getting? Because the one we saw was the OSP one, and it looked like shit. And then, is DC the best of all time now? Because he's beat everybody, including heavyweights, but he lost to Jon Jones. But wait, Jon Jones was taking PEDs. Yeah. It's just a hot mess.
It is a hot mess, man.
Meanwhile, Ozdemir's like, fucking bring it, bro.
Ozdemir's murking people.
Ozdemir's like, fucking bring it,
Boy, that guy's got bricks for hands, too. Let me tell you something, man. When I shook his hand after the fight, I was like, oh, okay. You know how some dudes, you just shake their hand, you're like, oh, I get it. He's got giant hands, dude. Bricks. They feel like bricks.
I think you do.
That dude puts hands on people. He fucks people up.
See, I think you do. Let's say John's out, right? Long story, 4 years suspension, out. All right, broke my heart. See ya. Go to Japan, juice to the gills, and fuck all the whores you want. Do whatever you want.
Whoa.
Right? I'm out. I'm over it. I'm mad at him. So then you have Ozdemir versus Gustafsson to fight DC.
100%. It's a great fight.
Right?
Very
That's a fun
interesting fight. Gustafsson is so veteran. He's so good.
It's Gustafsson's time.
Gustafsson coming off of that Glover fight. I almost want to see Ozdemir fight more people because the
It's too
Jimmy
much too
Manuwa
soon
fight
for him,
was
right?
crazy. He just grabbed a hold of Jimmy Manuwa, clipped him with that left hook inside the clinch.
But that's all there is, though, Joe. Like, hey, bring up 205. Like, you look at it, you're like, oh my God, there's
no one left.
It's dinosaurs.
No, especially now that Rumble's out, and Rumble was his stablemate anyway. The word was that he was the guy that was sparring with Rumble all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. That he was one of the few guys that was willing to spar with Rumble.
He's a monster.
He's a bad motherfucker. No time. He's got the worst nickname of all time.
No time.
No time.
No time.
No time. Ozdemir. What's the best nickname of all time?
The best?
Yeah. El Kukui's pretty goddamn good.
That's pretty badass.
That's pretty goddamn
What's
good.
Kevin Lee's? Is it Detroit Superstar?
Yeah.
That's fucking sick. And you're from Detroit?
That's a good name.
Pretty sick. Oh, what was Crunkshank? Remember him? He's a porno star too, wasn't he?
Wasn't he Detroit Superstar?
What's Kevin Lee's?
Yeah.
Do they share the same nickname? Because that can't have that.
That's rude.
That's fucking rude.
Motown Phenom, Kevin Lee.
Motown.
Yeah.
Motown Phenom. That's fucking. Oh, the Axe Murder's not bad.
That's the best.
Hard to market though.
Yeah. Darren Cruikshank is Detroit Superstar.
See, that's my
and
favorite.
Kevin Lee is Motown Phenom.
Oh, Motown Phenom's
That's
brilliant
right.
too.
That's pretty good.
Axe Murder, this day and age, hard to market.
Axe Murder is the best.
The Natural.
That's pretty good,
The
but
Iceman.
the testing back then was not enough to substantiate these claims.
I agree. The Axe Murder is just tough to sell to companies these days.
The Prodigy's pretty goddamn good. When BJ was at his
Prodigy's
best,
brilliant.
pretty goddamn good. Yeah. The Phenom when Vitor was murking people.
Who's the best right now though? El Kukui, you think?
El Kukui. Yeah, I think so. It's a goddamn supernatural boogeyman.
God, no heavyweights really have nicknames. I was trying to think of the heavyweights. Not really. Just Cain Velasquez, Stipe.
But didn't he call himself, what's that Russian name? Sexy Yama. That was ridiculous. But that nickname, people, like, he didn't use it.
Korean
Other
zombies,
people
brilliant.
did. Uncle Creepy. The Executioner's pretty goddamn good.
These are old.
Yeah.
Axe Murder number 5. How dare you?
Kimbo Slice, get the fuck out of
God
here.
damn it.
That's his nickname. It's not like The Natural. What's number 1?
That was the Sexy Mama was number 1.
Sexy Yama.
Sexy Mama, he says.
Sexy Mama. That'd be sick too, though.
Yeah, if a girl fights with that.
Sexy Mama.
The Karate Hottie's not a bad. That's not a bad
Not bad.
nickname.
There's nothing great sticking out there.
And Cyborg is not bad, but her husband's name is Cyborg too. So
I feel
it's
like there's a lot
kinda
of
redundant.
cyborgs out there.
You can't double Cyborg.
Got to do
the
Cyborg.
Cyborg
Holly.
Grappler, the guy that you went with.
Yeah, there's
Abreu.
Cyborg and Silvas.
Ricardo Abreu.
In Brazil, Cyborgs and Silvas are like Joes and Bills here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's a bunch of cyborgs, right? There's other cyborgs. I'm trying to think of other ones. There's one other guy that I know that called himself Cyborg. It was a jiu-jitsu guy, I think.
Does anyone ever call you Joey? Never.
No, not really, no. But also I'm friends with Diaz, and everybody calls him Joey. It's always been Joey.
That's a great point.
But his name is Jose.
Really?
Yeah. Joey's Diaz, his name is Jose Diaz.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
All right.
But we've always called him Joey.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You wouldn't call, Jose Joe? You could.
Yeah, you can, for sure. But I think growing up, everybody called him Joey.
Did you have a nickname as a kid?
No.
No nickname?
No.
Just straight up Joe?
Yeah, I never really had a nickname.
Nothing.
Dude, when I used to play pool halls are the place where everybody gets a nickname. There's so many crazy nicknames, people. A lot of times the nickname was like where you come from, like White Plains Charlie or Mount Vernon Tommy. There was a lot of that. My nickname was Joe the Comedian.
Real
So
creative.
lame.
Real creative, guys.
It was so lame. I was Joe the Comedian.
But you're the
You
funny
know?
guy in the pool hall.
Well, they knew I was a professional comedian that would come and play pool.
Oh, I
so
thought
there
this
was like
was
Ray
when
the
you were
Fireman.
younger.
No,
Oh,
no, no.
gotcha.
I was like 20 when I first started playing pool. It's right after I tore my ACL, so I think I was 23.
So like, hey, it's Bob, the UPS driver.
Yes.
Real original, fellas.
Ray the Fireman.
God damn it, guys.
Yeah. White Plains Charlie was a big one. This is like crazy little semi-homeless guy. He used to come and play pool all the time. He was a addicted gambler. Addicted. So many guys. I realized about gambling addicts when I played pool. I just did not know how many of them there were because I'd never been around them. I'd never been... See, like, until I started playing pool, I didn't go places like a nightclub type environment or like a place where a bunch of like seedy people would hang out.
Yeah.
You know, pool halls are seedy. Like a lot of gambling and shit talking and people
Yeah.
betting on things. I didn't grow up around that. My high school years was all Taekwondo.
Yeah.
And then after that,
Discipline,
it was
rest,
yeah, it was
yeah.
all martial arts competition. And then all of a sudden, I'm around these complete degenerates. Like I'd never been around them, and I'm 23.
Which is a good life lesson, though.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people that are addicted to drugs. There was a lot of methadone people that would come during the day, and they would just be like half out of it, and they would play pool, and they were terrible. No one.
Just hustling for their money?
No, they
or
weren't
what?
hustling. They would just play pool with each other. They would call them the Methadonians, and they would come in and play pool, and they would just bang balls around. Like they couldn't concentrate.
bang balls around.
For real. They could not concentrate.
Yeah, no shit.
But it's funny because like what it was like was there were like a bunch of people that were under a spell. They would come in, they would just be like, "Ugh," and they would play pool, but they were dull. They were like gray people.
They're just passing
They were
time.
never. There was no vibrant color. They were
No.
gray.
Yeah,
They
they're
were like,
zombies.
"Ugh." But the crazy thing is though, there was a guy who was the best player I ever saw, or one of the best players I ever saw, and he was a heroin addict. And he would do heroin. and he would go into the bathroom, he would shoot up, and he would come out, and he would sit down on one of those bar stools, one of those pool stools, you know, like kind of elevated with a thing for your drink. He would sit there on this like this for a fucking half an hour, and everybody knew what was going on. He had to do this. He just sit there like this.
Just high as shit.
Just so fucked up. And I'd never been around anybody who was on heroin either.
I've only seen it on Intervention.
They had to explain it to me. My friend Johnny, who did a bunch of drugs, would explain to me. He's like, he's going back there to do his shit. I go, what shit does he do? He's going to fucking shoot up. He's going to go shoot up, and he's going to come out, and then he's going to sit down for a while, and then after he sits down for a while, he's going to play.
And so he bust that ass when he plays.
Dude, he would get up, and he had no feet.
He'd be like,
and the guy he was playing, this guy, George the Greek.
George the Greek.
Yeah, George the Greek was one of the local big-time guys, and he was a wealthy guy. He was always gambling. He'd gamble high. You know, he would say like crazy shit like, you got the heart of a mustard seed, you cocksucker. And raspy guy, always smoking cigarettes. Right? You could smoke cigarettes indoor back then. Everybody smoked.
God,
the entire place filled with smoke. And he was gambling against this guy. And he had like some crazy spot because this guy was like literally a world-class pool player. And this fucking guy didn't miss a ball. And he's like, he shoots the fucking nerves off. He goes into that bathroom, and he shoots that shit, and he shoots his fucking nerves off, and he comes out here, he can't miss a ball.
The real Iceman.
He was so dead behind the eyes. Like, you'd look at his eyes, and they were black like a gerbil's.
like a shark?
Yeah, like shark eyes.
Gerbil.
He was just gone.
Gerbil's eyes are black as fuck.
Black as fuck. Dude, that's what he was like. I'm telling you, it was the weirdest thing around him. Like, he would look right through you. He didn't see you. He was just blitzkrieged on heroin.
It's not living.
He couldn't miss. Couldn't miss.
He's probably
Made me
dead.
want to do heroin.
He's probably dead now, though, huh?
Oh, he's dead. I know he's dead.
Okay.
100%. I ran into him at a pool tournament when I first moved to LA in 1994, and this guy tried to get me to drive him to Compton so he could cop. He asked me to put him.
Christ.
He asked me to put him in the pool tournament. There's a pool tournament at God damn it, what's it called? Hard Times Billiards in Bellflower. It's one of the biggest pool halls in the world. Hard Times is like a world-famous pool hall, and it's in Bellflower, California. And a lot of big-time gamblers and top-level players used to play there all the time and even came out of there, like Keith McCready. It was like the guy from The Color of Money. He was the nemesis of Tom Cruise. Legitimately one of the best pool players in the world at the time.
Came out of there.
He came out of there. So this is a huge pool hall, like one of the biggest like pro-level pool halls in the world. And I get there, and I see this guy. They call him Buffalo Bill or Water Dog. Those are his two nicknames.
I like Water Dog.
Depending upon which part of the country and what time of the year.
Water Dog's cool.
So I ran into him, and I'm like, are you playing? What are you doing out here? And he was like, yeah, I just need to get someone to put me in the tournament. I'll put you in the tournament. Like, it was like, I don't know, like $20 or something like that. He didn't even have $20.
He just needed you to front him $20.
Just to get him in the tournament. Whatever. I don't remember how much it cost. Might have been $50. Whatever it was. I was like, I'll put you in. He had a legit chance to win.
Yeah.
Like, he was a world-class player. He's like, okay, I bet I gotta go to Compton so I can cop. And I was like, what? And he was like, you got to drive me to Compton. I'm like, I'm not driving you to Compton so you could buy heroin. You out of your mind?
Hell no.
Because if they arrest you, they take your car. Like, if I was
You're
with
part
him,
of the transaction, right?
Oh, yeah, they confiscate your car.
Oh.
I was like, I had a 1994 Toyota Supra, bitch.
Oh, bitch, you crazy.
Supra Turbo, the kind with a big, crazy, stupid
what
wing in
color?
the back.
Is it the purple? Silver? I
like
love the purple
spaceship.
one.
I always wanted a spaceship, bro. My cars
Hell
are almost
yeah.
all silver.
I hear you. Damn, that's sick. Drive that thing to Compton? You know what the
Crazy.
homies would do to that
the
thing?
first nice car I ever had, ever. You know, I was like, at the time, probably 27, balling for the first time in my life.
Hell yeah.
I'm like, what?
Should have Postmates that shit.
I was like,
today.
what? I have a I rent a condo right now, motherfucker. I'm not giving all this up. I was like so excited.
Is he all sad?
Oh yeah, super sad. Super sad.
Super
face.
sad.
And he went out there and he lost 2 matches in a row, like barely paid attention. I put him in the tournament anyway. He asked me to put him in anyway. Like, but
No, he needs his drugs, man.
Without heroin, he could not play. Well, he was so itchy. I think those guys that get off of that stuff, cold turkey. Like if you have you're jonesing for it,
Bro, you put him in a tournament with withdrawals? It's fucked up.
I don't know if it was even withdrawals. He'd probably gotten high earlier that day. He was just jonesing. I don't think he was
so
full
strange.
withdrawal because he seemed pretty. You know, I think when they get withdrawal is that a word?
Withdrawals.
They start sweating and shit, and they shake.
Get clammy.
It's like they
Can't
have the
concentrate.
fever, like they have the flu.
I tried going off coffee for a day and I got withdrawals.
I get
Bad.
headaches.
I was like sweating, clammy skin.
I'm
shaking on the
100%
ground.
addicted to caffeine.
Me too.
100%.
I'm not mad at it though.
I love caffeine.
Yeah, I like life with caffeine.
I like coffee. I like the ritual. I get up in the morning, I drink some coffee, I'll do a little reading. I do a little writing sometimes. I take a giant shit. Then I work
Standard.
out.
Yeah, me too. Standard routine.
I used to work out right away, but I found out that it's better if I let my brain warm up a little bit. Just get
I'm a little
tuned in.
foggy.
Yeah.
When I wake up, I'm a little foggy. I have my coffee, take my kid for a walk, then I hit the gym.
Sometimes I like to look at the news too, just to make sure the world's not fucking falling apart before I start my day.
Yeah, I just like to be in the know, you know?
Yeah, I go to Google. I have this like Google News thing set up on my phone, so I'll hit that without looking at social media, so I don't get looking at my own stuff. I just go and read stuff about like what's happening in the world. Everything okay? We going to war with Korea?
We're good.
Is that all right?
Like to check
Any
off.
weird shit happening? Some fire I need to know about?
Dude,
fire season right now, buddy.
Dude, it's rare.
180 degrees outside right now.
It is fucking toast. I'm sweating in here.
It's
I'm sweating
insane.
in here. I feel bad for my car.
Dude, it's insane.
I feel bad for my car. It's so hot outside.
This is how hot it is outside. When I came to the door to unlock to get in, the air conditioning from our studio was blowing out. I could feel it on my hand.
Why the fuck is it so
outside?
hot?
It's crazy. Because
It's
the world's
ridiculous.
ending, bro.
The world is ending.
Satan's coming.
Houston is in.
We're living in
trouble.
Arizona now.
It's so fucking hot.
Is this, like, is it going to keep getting worse? Like, at what point does it become uninhabitable?
Dude, yesterday my girl's dad was at the house and he just goes, Brendan, it's only gonna get worse. I'm like, God,
the heat?
Just the world, everything.
Is that true, though?
I disagree.
It's better than ever.
I disagree.
The
I'm
world's
like, I
better
know
than
things
ever.
look rough right now, but if you look for bad things, you're gonna find bad things.
Here's what I think is going to be.
What were you gonna say, Jamie?
Whenever you see like a high temperature like today and we don't beat the record high, whatever that was,
right?
I always think about what the fuck was going on in 1927 when it was 172
with
and
no
no one
AC.
had air conditioning or anything.
And
Like,
girls had
goddamn.
bushes like fucking
swamp
trees.
pussy.
Yeah, and dudes just look like
Oh.
shit and more. You have to wear 3-piece suits and hats like an asshole.
Imagine what
Remember
boxes
George
smelled
Washington
like.
days? They had those fucking wigs.
Oh, yeah.
Those
powdered wigs.
Yes.
They would go into the courtroom with a powdered wig on with no air conditioning.
No AC.
That stupid wig.
The full get up.
What is a powdered wig? Like, what does that mean? Do they put powder on the wig? What is a powdered
They're all
wig?
white. I think so. I think probably. Yeah.
Why'd they wear
powder
that
them
shit?
white? Yeah, why do they have powdered wigs? Like, Google that. That's a crazy, like, a crazy tradition.
Yeah, who was like, yeah, that looks tight, bro. It's
Well,
one
they
of those.
still wear them, bro, in England.
No.
Not only do they wear them super obvious, where like you can see their hair underneath.
Hey, put a little effort into it, bud.
The powder made them white or whatever color. They
Okay, in 18th century, men's wigs were powdered to give them their distinctive white or off-white color. Women in the 18th century did not wear wigs, but wore, how do you say that word? Coiffure? Coiffure, supplemented by artificial hair or hair from, they had a weave. After 1790, English women seldom powdered their hair. Why did people wear powdered wigs? Click on that, mental floss.
Yeah, why the fuck would they do it?
Why did they? What is that?
Perukis.
Ugh. Powdered wigs called perukis were all the rage. Look at that fucking wig. They would wear the goofiest wigs. They were like 1970s rockers. How weird. Centuries, powdered wigs called perukis were all the rage. The chic, is that how you say that? Chic is chic, right? Hairpiece, because I always hear chic. I don't really read it that often. Chic hairpiece would never ever become popular, however, if it hadn't been for a venereal disease, a pair of self-conscious kings, and poor hair hygiene. Well, the peruke story begins, like many others, with syphilis.
Standard.
1580, the STD had become the worst epidemic to strike Europe since the Black Death. Oh my God. These people were all fucking each other to death.
Yeah.
According to William, how do you say that name? Klaus? An infinite multitude of syphilis patients clogged London's hospitals, and more filtered in each day. Without antibiotics, victims faced the full brunt of the disease: open sores, nasty rashes, blindness, dementia, and patchy hair loss.
Jesus
Baldness
Christ.
swept the land. Whoa,
So they
keep
started
going.
rocking these things.
At the time, hair loss was a one-way ticket to public embarrassment. Long
Still is.
hair was a trendy status symbol, and a bald dome could stain any reputation because they knew you had syphilis. Oh, my God. When Samuel Pepys' brother acquired syphilis, the diarist, what is that word? Diarist? He writes diaries for a living? Is that what he does? Or is he
diarist?
in the dairy business?
I got the first one.
Well, we'll Google it after we read this. Okay. The diarist wrote, "If my brother lives, he will not be able to show his head, which will be a very great shame to me." Wow.
So they just
hair was
wore it-
that big of a deal.
Because if
What
you were
did they-
bald, you were made fun of.
What did they do back then? Well, yeah, that's true. In the Bible, God sent some bears to kill some kids because they made fun of this dude for being bald. That was part of the
Some
Bible.
dark shit.
So Louis the
That thing's creepy as
14th
fuck.
hired 48 wig makers to save his image. 5 years later, so this was Louis the 14th was only 17 when his mop started
God,
thinning.
dog. Terrible genetics.
Yeah, not good. Louis's cousin Charles II did the same thing when his hair started going to gray. Both men likely had syphilis.
Genetics.
Courtiers, I don't know what that word is, and other aristocrats immediately copied the two kings.
There you go.
Interesting. They sported
Hi.
wigs, and the style trickled down to the upper middle class. Europe's newest fad was born. The cost of wigs increased, and perukes became a scheme for flaunting wealth. An everyday wig cost about 25 shillings a week pay. Wow. For a common Londoner. So like a couple grand for this fucking wig. The bill for large, elaborate perukes ballooned to as high as 800 shillings.
son.
Whoa! The word bigwig was coined to describe
The big
snobs who could afford big, puffy perukes.
I still use that word.
Wow, poofy.
He's a big wig.
That's crazy. That was from the 1700s. When Louis and Charles died, wigs stayed around.
It's like some story time with Rogan.
This is crazy. Perukes remained popular because they were so practical. They were so practical. That's what I say about wigs. They're so practical.
This makes sense.
It's just the thing to do. At the time, head lice. Oh, wow. Head lice were everywhere, and nitpicking was painful and time-consuming. Wigs, however, curbed the problem. Lice stopped infesting people's hair, which had to be shaved for the peruke to fit. So everybody shaved their head and wore a wig.
Lice had no home.
They camped out on the wigs instead. Delousing a wig was much easier than delousing a head of hair. You send the dirty hairpiece to a wig maker who would boil the wig and remove the nits.
Jesus
That's where
Christ.
nitpicking came from. The term nitpicking came from picking lice out of wigs.
You were dropping some knowledge.
Damn! This is just like when Callan does that segment on your show, dropping knowledge.
But-
First of all, you got to rename that.
But you didn't make it up.
immediately. You got to rename that immediately. You cannot say dropping knowledge.
Well,
you just can't.
No, we should call
I need
it.
to call him up.
We
We
should.
should call him up right now. Hey, Brian.
Hey, Brian, we've been talking. There's no more dropping knowledge.
It's wonderful that you're sharing these little tidbits of information, but to announce that they're going to be there in a segment and say, we're going to drop knowledge now.
You
and
know
then
why?
Hunter Matz pops up out of the ground like a fucking jack in the box.
Or he just regurgitates what Hunter said. He's like, "What's up?" Oh no, I had
You
to do
can't
it.
drop knowledge.
Dude, I had to do it so listeners, if they don't like that, to fast forward. Otherwise, they'll just spring it on you. So it's kind of like, it's almost like an ad read. So if you dig it, cool, here it comes.
Was
If
this
not,
his idea or yours
fast forward. It was
to do
mine
this?
because I
No,
was
but I
getting
mean to have the
sick
drop
of
knowledge.
getting dropped knowledge on. It was mine.
Interesting.
'Cause
So
he
you
kept-
told him to start it off as a segment?
No. I told
Some
myself.
of them are really funny, right? Or
Some,
interesting?
some are fun, yeah. Sometimes.
Is it a problem that you used to do it in every episode? Is that what it is?
Yeah, so we'd be like in the middle of talking about wigs and like, in France in 1940, and then we'd go off on this thing and kind of derail the show. So
Well,
I said,
sometimes that's interesting though. Like if he
Super
told you
interesting.
that, you'd be like, "What?
that'd be great,
No
but he
way."
sprinkles in some stuff where people are like, that's not true, man.
Oh, so
now-
not true stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, where's it? What's the not true stuff?
It just depends on the episode.
Interesting.
Yeah, it just depends. So
Yeah,
I figured
I'm
might
not
as well
a
just
fan-
label it so fans know what's happening right now.
I'm not a fan of segments in anything. When everybody goes, "Okay, now we're gonna go to the Let's Pretend You're a Mexican game." I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of like a thing that people like do in the middle of a show.
Well, for ours, we'll have our banter back and forth like we have, not for 3
Right.
hours because we don't do it every day, but we'll do it. If you have the same person every single day, it's tough to come up with 3 hours of material.
Dude, you and I could do a podcast every day for 3 hours.
Different animal, Joe. That's a different. You're talking about
You and
something.
I-
You
we
and
just
I,
talk some
we're
shit.
some professional podcasters here.
We're good at talking shit.
That's what we do. But
What are you saying? Callan's not? How dare you? That's
no,
the
I'm not
implying.
saying that.
That's what he's saying.
No, I'm not saying
Isn't that what he's
that.
saying?
I'm not saying that. We're into the same things. You and I are into the same things. Callan's into,
But I'm in the same things, a lot of the same things that Callan's into,
Yeah,
too.
I'm going down a weird road. You know what? Listen, bro. Listen. Callan's a fascinating man.
He is.
But well, with the current events, it gives us fresh. You know why I started current events?
Why?
Callan doesn't keep up with current events. Like he wouldn't know whatever today's current event was. Like something happened with pop culture. Like he has no idea with what's going on in the world because he's so into history.
That's where Jamie comes in.
Exactly.
Especially if it's like Black Twitter.
Yes.
Like he is just on the ball.
So I'm kind of like, yeah. So exactly. So the idea is like. Jamie introduced you to certain stuff. Like with sports, like Callan doesn't see that stuff. He's out, whatever the fuck he does. So I'm like, man, you didn't know, Bieber flashed his dick? He's like, I have no idea.
Well, he's into books and stuff, which is admirable.
But that's why the show works. Is he's into his thing, I'm into my thing, and then we cross-pollinate.
Right.
Yeah.
Cross-pollinate.
Cross-pollinate.
But how much is Brian into like MMA these days?
I don't know. Like, and that's one of the reasons why I started my own show, because I'd be like, hey, did you watch that fight? We got to cover it. And he'd be like, no, I didn't see it. Or he would just see the highlights. And I'm like, dude, I'm getting balls deep into this.
Well, you kind of have to if you're the fighter and the kid and you grow like this giant MMA population of like listeners.
Yeah, but for whatever reason, maybe he's busy or something, he doesn't see the fights. It's tough and that's how my show started. I'd be breaking down a fight, getting pretty intricate into it, and he'd go, so, just some beginner's question where I couldn't really get into it. You know what I'm saying?
We gotta let these motherfuckers know. This Saturday is January 2nd. This Saturday,
September 2nd.
January. Did I say January?
Yeah,
I did.
did.
Because I'm thinking of who's fighting. I'm sorry. I'm triple tasking, podcasting, thinking, and going through
and
my
texting.
phone. This Saturday, the 2nd, is UFC Fight Night. It's Stefan Struve versus, who is it? Pull it up. Pull up the card. We're going to have a motherfucking fight companion. That's the point, ladies and gentlemen.
We're doing the companion?
But we are not going to do a companion for Edmonton because why do they still have Jermaine Durandamy on there?
She's
pulled
fighting.
out of the fight.
Did
pulled
she?
out. She got injured.
She got injured again?
Yes. She pulled out. Unspecified reasons. But it's speculated that it's an injury.
Speculated, hashtag still scared.
Who else? Hashtag maybe.
Hashtag Cyborg's going to be attending.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Guess
man.
late replacement for injured Jermaine Durandamy. Talita de Oliveira has apparently agreed to step in on short notice. Who is she? Have you seen her fight before?
No. Let me see the rest of the card, Jamie.
Yeah, let's go back to the card. All right, here we go. What's the full card here? Volkov.
Volkov
Alexander
was the
Volkov
Bellator
is from,
champ.
Yeah, he was very good too, man.
And his last fight, he beat Roy Nelson.
It's kind of a light card. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, light would be an understatement. Yeah, I agree. Light. Super
Ooh,
light.
but wait a minute.
Kabalov.
Marabev Taisimov is fighting.
Ooh, and then you also got Kalibov.
Yeah. Click on that Taisimov fight. He's been out of the UFC for a while. He's in the UFC Fight Pass prelims. There you go, right there. Bam. Yeah. Felipe Silva. Marbek Taisimov is a very good fighter. He's
Super
very good. That's going to be an interesting fight. I don't know too much about Felipe Silva. But this is Rotterdam, right? This is where this is taking place.
That main event would be fun.
Is Callan in town?
I think so.
We got to get Eddie Bravo drunk and bring up conspiracies.
Yes. Yes.
That never happens. Barbarina is fighting. Who's he fighting? Right next to that one. That's Bahar Dazada.
Who was that too?
Brian Barbarina, Leon Edwards.
Jamaica. Bam, bam. Yeah, you know what? It's a light card, but I will watch it, and I'll see what we do.
Barbarina's a tough motherfucker. I like watching him fight.
Yeah.
That should be interesting. Yeah, it'll be fun.
Bro,
either way, a lot of these.
Speaking of Fight Pass, did you see your boy Snoop Dogg talking shit to Conor McGregor?
No.
So embarrassing.
What did he do?
Oh my god! Can you bring that up, Jamie?
He went on a tirade.
To his face?
How the UFC doesn't go get the fuck off
to his
With a
face?
video?
No, he put blasts out on the Instagram going, "Fuck you, Conor. That's what happens, you little bitch." All like just.
Oh no. Snoop Dogg trashes Conor McGregor and profane tirade. Really?
Yeah,
okay,
watch
let's
this.
hear this.
1 million views, by the way.
Ooh, powerful Snoop Dogg.
50 and 0, nigga. The motherfucking champ, nigga. 50 and 0. Fuck that motherfucking punk ass McGregor, you bitch. Fuck him. Motherfucking champ, nigga. Yeah, nigga. That's what you get for coming to a motherfucking gang fight with a butter knife, you bitch ass motherfucker. Fuck you, nigga. Money team, champ, nigga. What a party at, Floyd?
He's creative.
Yeah. Hi, honey.
Talk some shit now. I got one more rib left for you.
I got one more rib for you.
50 and 0, nigga. Hey, McGregor a bad motherfucker, though. I give him his. He got hard. He got hard.
Oh, no, fuck you.
Well, okay. What happened there? Did he get schizophrenic?
Is he bipolar?
He's a bad motherfucker.
I think he got
He's
happy
got
when they
heart.
said they had one more rib left.
Well,
I mean, come on, man. I just don't get when people
That's
celebrate in the
unfortunate.
demise of, like, it's not even the demise.
Listen,
like,
it
the
was
risk he took.
it was a fun fight. It was a fun fight.
Hell
Floyd
yeah,
won.
it was a fun fight.
I think the way
Conor brought the fight to Floyd, and it made it a fight. It was the biggest fight of all time.
Floyd brought the fight to Conor. I mean, Floyd stepped forward with his hands up and moved towards him and constantly created pressure.
Conor also came forward too,
Yeah,
man.
he
Like,
did.
they both brought it.
It was a very good fight. It was very entertaining.
Very entertaining.
He hit Floyd more than any fighter hit him, and I think the right result took place. A specialist, the greatest specialist of all time, beat a guy who is just not at his league when it comes to that specialty. You know, I mean, I think that's what we should have seen. And I think it was good for everybody. I think it was great for Floyd because it was the most entertaining Floyd fight ever.
I
right?
agree.
It was a great opportunity for him to showcase his ability and to show everybody what he can do.
And get the 50th win.
Get the 50th win. And for Conor, he got to show people that he can hang until he gets tired. He can hang pretty well with the best fighter of all time.
This is what else I think is cool is Conor's going to take those boxing skills and now bring it to the UFC.
Oh, yeah.
And he's been on. There's no fight the UFC can throw to him that's going to be bigger. There's just nothing. You're not going to rattle him. The moment can't get big enough for him. So now, unless they give him Jon Jones, Brock Lesnar, like a tag team, some weird random shit, which would be awesome. However, there's nothing they can do.
Right.
So now he learns from this. He's a guy who learns from his losses and brings that to the UFC. I think he maybe has one, maybe two left, but still.
You think so?
Yeah. I don't see him do. I mean, when you have $100 million in the bank, he even said, he goes, unless I fuck things up, I should be set for life, and my kids and their kids should be set for life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and he's very, self-conscious of, the repercussions of sticking around too long. He had a buddy. He was attending a fight. A guy died. So, I don't see him. This is the other thing with Jon being out. Now all the chips are in Conor's corner. He's the only superstar, legit superstar in town. He's like, listen, you want me to fight again? I know that's the old contract. This is what I'm worth. What do you guys want to do? It's the only way it's going to happen.
Damn. There is no second. Who else is number two?
Name a number two, Joe. Go through 'em.
Honestly, it might be Stipe. And that's not even, I mean, he's the heavyweight champ. I mean, at least
And
there's
it's
something
not
to
even
it.
close.
Not even close.
They're not even the same realm.
not even the
and
same
I love Steve.
side of
I'm
the
talking
planet.
as far as the draw.
Yeah, who else is there? Who? Bisping? Who? George St. Pierre once he fights Bisping? If George
I
wins?
think people are going to be a little disappointed with the George numbers. I don't think
I
he's going
think
to be
so,
as
too.
draw as you think.
I think the people that were George St. Pierre fans, that's a long time ago.
Over 4 years ago.
And the sport is a different sport now.
Completely
You're talking about a
different
lot
animal.
of younger people now
Yep.
that are just getting into it.
Like, this old guy's fighting? Cool. And he's fighting Bisping? Doesn't really make sense. What happened to the other guys?
I read this douchey preview of the fight. It was so douchey. See, the thing
Where you
about the
had to sell
UFC
it?
getting bigger, it's these fucking sports guys who write these really creatively negative articles, and it was about the Bisping and
I thought you were
George
saying
St.
you had to
Pierre
read a
fight.
promo for the fight.
No, I read it.
Oh, gotcha,
online.
gotcha,
No,
gotcha.
not
Gotcha,
me.
gotcha. Oh,
I
yeah.
don't read promos. When you see those promos, there's
That's all
nothing's
he's from the
read.
top of the joint.
100%. I don't have a plan. I just say exactly what I think about the fights. So like when I do those,
That's the best way to do it. And I remember you
think.
telling me that. So when Showtime wanted me to cut a promo for right before the fight, I was like, let me just sit down and do it, man. Just don't tell me what to do. Let me just go.
Let me think about what is at stake. What this
what's
fight
it
really
mean?
means.
I go, what's it mean to me? Like, how do I feel about it? Let me just go, man.
And that'll shine through. Like when you talk about certain moments that you've seen out of a fighter that shows like how special they really are.
And gets me excited.
Yeah, like when you talk about like Anderson when he front kicked Vitor Belfort in the face, like it was an electric moment. That he's capable of doing these movements that just look so much faster and so much more accurate than you expected. Anderson in his prime, some of his performances, man, were just so stunning. Now, when I'm talking about that guy, like I don't need a script.
No, what? You didn't
Turn
tell me
that
what?
thing on
I know more
record.
than you guys do. Who wrote this? No, I'll tell you what I feel.
Nobody
about
ever wrote anything for me.
No, yeah.
I've been
That's the way
doing it
should
that
be.
way from the beginning.
And that's why it comes off so good.
Yeah, when you hear a guy like reading off a teleprompter in the beginning of a fight, like in the promo of the fight, like when they're talking about what's happening, what's
it's
at
brutal.
stake, it just doesn't feel right. Even if it's like kind of crazy talk, like Teddy Atlas, Like when Teddy Atlas.
At least it's real, though.
It's real.
Yeah.
It's real. You got to have real.
It's some crazy shit, but it's real.
Reading off teleprompters is just brutal.
What's the thing you read, though, with Bisping and GSP? Just breaking down the fight?
It was just some douchey sports guy article about it, and I was like, saying that George St. Pierre is getting off his rocking chair to come out and round kick some nobody in the head. I'm like, no, he's coming out to fight George St. Pierre, who is...
That card is stacked.
George St. Pierre, rather, is coming out of retirement to fight Michael Bisping, who's the UFC middleweight fucking champion of the world.
Legit middleweight.
Legit.
He took it from Luke Rockhold. Like people, you can say what you want, but he still took the belt. Then you go out, but he only defended against Dan Henderson.
So what?
Who cares?
He did.
He beat him.
He did. Yeah, he's a legit, straight lineage, 185-pound champ of the world. You know.
I just when I see that fight, and you get, again, going on my tours and just seeing the actual reaction face to face with fans when I talk about it, it's very lukewarm.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
We got to wait for Robert Whittaker to heal up. You know, he's the interim champ, and that's going to be a while. His knee's pretty fucked, apparently. So he's got to heal up his knee. And, you know, once that's done, then, you know, you get to see what happens after Bisping fights GSP.
Here's the thing, though. With Biz, and I love Bisping. I wish he was a bigger draw, but Bisping versus Yoel, not huge ratings. Bisping versus Robert Whittaker, not huge ratings. Like, there's nothing you can really do there.
Who's Luke Rockhold fighting again?
He's fighting David Branch.
That's right. That's an interesting fight. That's September, the 16th or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
David Branch from World Series fighting. His first fight in the UFC was terrible, but it's also his first, in a long time. He's the World Series champion at light heavyweight and middleweight.
Yeah.
So,
Gerald Harris knocked him out with a slam in his first UFC fight. Way
he had
back
a rough
in the day.
UFC career.
Yeah.
And then left when did work in World Series. For Luke Rockhold, I think it's more of him just getting back into things.
Right. But he can't take this kid light.
No, Luke's so talented, man.
Yeah, he is
Luke's
so talented.
Fucking silly talented.
Yeah, David Branch has won a lot of fights in a row.
Lost to Anthony Johnson by decision. For
That's
God's
pretty
sakes.
crazy.
Lost
as a light heavyweight to Anthony Johnson. Go up to
Paul Harris ripped his leg off.
Did he?
Yeah.
He caught him.
Oh yeah.
In World Series of Fighting,
right? Yeah, there you go. No, UFC.
Oh, that's right. He got heel hook quick.
Bad.
Yeah.
And he's a black belt on the ground too.
Second round, huh? 144. I felt like that was the first round.
UFC 116.
Did he fight
on that.
Paul Harris more than once?
No,
just one time.
Yeah.
Okay. Gerald Harris, that's what it is. Gerald Harris knocked him out in UFC 116. Lesnar versus Carwin. Wow.
It's a while ago.
Fuck yeah, it was.
That's right, KO slam.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that.
I think that got knocked out of the night because I thought I was going to get it.
Because that got knocked out of the night, a slam?
I'm pretty sure that KO slam was
weird.
He got an award for that.
Interesting. So go up all the way to the top.
He has his hands full with Luke Rockhold.
So, yes, he does. So he beat Vinny Magalhaes, who's a phenomenal submission artist. Who else did he beat? Christoph Jokto, who's a decent fighter.
Jokto was ranked 9 at the time or 10 at the time, but that just shows you where the middleweight division is
Split decision, though.
He beat Okami.
Yeah, but Yushin Okami has never been the same.
He beat Jesse Taylor.
Yeah.
Who's the champ.
But Yushin Okami, after he got stopped by
Tim Boetsch,
and then he got stopped by Jacare. He got
Correct.
brutally stopped.
Bad. Then he left.
Yeah, he just wasn't the same. And that's all of that is after Anderson murked him.
Correct. But, you look at David Branch compared to Luke Rockhold's lineup, it's insane. Luke Rockhold's, beats some of the best in the world. No.
Yeah.
This is a terrible matchup for David Branch.
Unless he can rise to the occasion.
It's a big if. Like that,
they've been talking a lot of shit to each other, too.
Have they?
Yeah. Talking a lot of shit.
Look at Rockhold, Weidman, Machida, Bisping, Boetsch, Philippou.
He hasn't fought since January of 2016. June, sorry.
It's been a while, man.
And then before that, he's on the McGregor card when he fought Weidman, McGregor, Aldo. That was the best performance of his career. Beat the shit out. And Lyoto Machida before that, too.
Before that. Yep. I thought Lyoto Machida, he looked his best.
Yeah.
He also fucked Bisping up. Remember he choked him out with one arm?
Yeah.
He head kicked him and choked him out with one arm.
He caught him with that question mark kick.
Yeah.
Plang. And then Tim Boetsch, he fucked him up with Tim Boetsch. He fucked him up with an inverted triangle Kimura.
That Costa Philippou fight,
kick to the body.
Yeah, they had to talk Costa into walking out to take that fight. He didn't want to fight. Yeah.
Why not?
He was over it. He didn't want to fight anymore. And my manager's like, dude, if you don't walk out there, this will taint your career for the rest of your life.
Wow.
And
he was literally
out there.
not going to fight.
He's like, I'm not going there. Calling his name. He's like, I'm not going.
Wow.
And Lex McMahon was like, you better get your ass out there. I'm telling you, you're going to regret this for the rest of your life if you don't go out there.
Why did he not want to go out there?
I think he was just over it. The nerves, everything. He was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Then Luke Rockhold was like, here, let me help you. Gish, lever kick. Get out of here.
Jesus.
Yeah. That's the business we're in. Oh, shit, you didn't want to go out there.
Well, there's a decision that people make when they've taken too much punishment and then they just can't get excited about performing anymore. They can't get excited about competing anymore. There's a decision that people make where once they make that decision, you got to just get out because you will never be the guy that you were when you didn't give a fuck and you were hungry and young, and you're going to run into that guy. You're going to run into that guy that was you. You're going to run into him.
He's there.
Yeah. You couldn't even tell what Costa Philippou looked normal in that fight. It looks like he was trying to win.
I think once you get in there, it's kind of fight or flight, you know?
Yeah, I mean, he goes back to his instinct. Oh, boy. Luke Rockhold has a very good left kick to the body, man.
He's great. Oh, well, that's a legal kick.
It's legal. Kick to the body when you're on the ground is legal.
Ah, man, that kind of hit his head, but yeah.
Did it?
Yeah.
Go back to the game.
Grazed up.
The very end of it? Powerful Vimeo.
Not that it mattered.
How's this legally online? It's not. Oh, how dare you. See?
Oh, you're right. Right behind the shoulder blade. That's legal.
Yeah. It's kind of weird that you could do that. Can you stomp the body when a guy's down? Not really, right?
No.
You can axe kick, though. Loophole.
Oh, that's right. You can
But can you, like, push stomp kick?
That's such bullshit, isn't it?
Can you, like, if you can't go down stomp, but can you stomp forward?
You can do it on your feet.
Yeah, because it's kind of like a front kick.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's kind of dumb, right?
It's weird. Anyways, I think I like David Bransford. I think Luke murks him.
Interesting.
But again, Luke's not a huge pay-per-view draw like for the UFC, and John being out, you're like, yeah, Luke has every reason he should be. I don't get it. But with John being out, go through the champs. So you got Mighty Mouse, ain't happening.
No time, baby.
No time. They're banking on no time.
Time's coming up. He's only had 2 fights.
No, he's had 4, right?
In the UFC?
Yeah, he's had 4.
I think he fought Misha.
No,
Serkunov.
He had fights before.
Stopped him. He stopped. How many fights does he have in the UFC? It's not pulling up. It doesn't say.
Wikipedia.
How does it not say? Yeah, just go to his Wikipedia, I guess. I feel like he's had 2 fights in the UFC.
Really? I
Maybe
feel like he's had 3. 3
he
or 4.
might have had 3.
I'm gonna say 3.
You might be right. It's not a lot, though.
I agree. It's not a lot.
What does it say there?
He's
Misha,
had 3.
Okay, OSP.
Damn, split decision.
That's
OSP.
Right. That's right. That's right. That was a fight he took on short notice.
He fought in Bellator.
I remember that.
2.
That was in Houston.
That's right. But then he's just been murking guys. God, he's just. But you look at the division, there's just nothing for him. So he has to fight Gustafsson or DC.
Well, murking Misha is not as impressive, although Misha is a very good striker and a very good submission artist. He's really good at submissions. But that was like, okay, he caught that dude coming in, clipped him with 1 punch, knocked him out. That's impressive. But doing it to Jimmy Manuwa, you got to go, oh, okay. This guy's fucking for real. Like, if he could do that to Manuwa, he could do that to a lot of people.
You think?
Yeah. I want to see him do it to someone else, too, obviously. You want to see him fight next-level stuff.
You know what I think's going to happen? And I do like him. I hope he becomes champ. Be hilarious for many reasons. But I think his technique of rushing in like that, you get to a certain level where guys like DC and Gustafsson go, you want to do what?
Right.
And then you get fucked up.
Well, he's going to
have to adapt to it.
But here's the thing about that level.
There's levels to this game. And light heavyweight goes DC, Jon Jones, Gustafsson, DC, and then woof,
right.
And then second level, and then after that, it's fucking free for all.
Yeah, like what does DC do now? Like if they give him back the title again.
But this is the thing, in the public's eyes, it's such a tough sell. Like, here's the best light heavyweight in the world. And everyone's like, no, we've seen him lose twice now.
We see him get put to sleep by John in the second fight.
You want worst case scenario for DC? And I think DC's the greatest light heavyweight of all time when we take out John. You want to talk about worst case scenario? They go, tainted supplement, dick pills again, 6 months of suspension. We're going to strip the belt from you. DC, here's the belt. You got to fight John again 6 months. Go get you some. Ooh. Here, give me that goddamn belt back. Give me my fucking belt back. Like, that's
okay,
worse.
But here's the thing. We don't know what was really going on now, right? We don't know.
With John?
Yeah. Now, I think we are allowed to have complete open speculation with zero concern for being respectful.
Yes.
I think after the dick pill thing, you gotta go, look, man, the dude was partying. He was taking some dick pills. Let's let it go. Coke? I don't give a fuck about Coke. That's not helping you.
Yeah.
But then you hear about this, you go, wait a minute. Okay.
Something's going on.
Okay. What is this?
Yeah.
I want to know what this is.
Because like JDS got flagged, right? And they pulled him off Francis Gano. I don't look at JDS go, come on, all right, that's steroids for sure. Because he's had a clean history.
Right.
With John, it's one thing after another.
Well,
one thing after
JDS
another.
also got flagged for a diuretic.
Yeah, I'm just saying, let's say they didn't say
And it
what.
was trace amounts.
Yeah.
Like, trace amounts.
But with JDS, I give him benefit of the doubt. All right, it happened once, whatever. But John, it's like, come on, bro.
Right.
And then with the dick pills, a lot of people are like, that's kind of covering up recovery therapy for when you're on testosterone and stuff like that. Like, that's a little shady. Whatever, we'll put that to the side. Now it's like, come on, man.
Well, this is a weird one because this one is if he was taking what you describe as some short-acting, quick leaving your system steroid, some drug that makes you aggressive. You got to go, okay, how long was he doing this for? Like, was he doing this during training? Like, did this amp him up? Did this help his work rate? Did this make him more aggressive and more confident in training? Did it add to his confidence when he was fighting? Like, what is this? We don't know. We know that story that Chael Sonnen told. You know that story that Chael Sonnen told on my podcast about John being under the under the octagon?
When the USADA came under the octagon and pissed under the octagon, right?
This is what they wanted to do. They knew that this was before you had to expose your whereabouts. You didn't have to disclose your whereabouts back then. So when they showed up at the gym, John apparently saw them pull up and went underneath the octagon. He thought they would leave. They didn't leave. They stayed the entire time, and they waited for the gym to close. The gym closed, they shut the lights out, and then John came out of the octagon.
Jesus Christ.
This is what Chael Sonnen says.
Chael's really not a liar either, besides if he's telling you he's not taking steroids when he's fighting.
Yeah, I don't know if he got it from... I don't know what source Chael's using.
He's pretty reliable.
Right. He's definitely in the know, right?
I agree.
I don't know if it's true or not, but it makes you think, like, okay, well, what is that for? Is that for pot? You know?
He likes to party. Was he worried about
Coke?
That? I know,
yeah.
but there's smoke, when there's this much smoke, I'm going to go, what's going on here, man?
Right. What is going on? Yeah.
How about Chael Sonnen? We're at the press conference. This is 4 days before the fight. He's working for, I think, ESPN for the Mayweather stuff. I'm working for Showtime. He comes by, he goes, yo, Max Kellerman didn't take you on that $100,000 bet. He'll win win a round or more, right? I went, no. He goes, I'll take it. I went, Chael, you take this bet, you're gonna fucking pay me. He goes, I swear to God, I will pay you. Shakes my hand. He goes, if McGregor wins one round or more, you give me $100,000. He goes, yeah, he's not gonna touch him. He's not gonna win a round. Cool, man. Shake his hand. Then after the fight, he was literally like, he just texted me yesterday morning. He goes, hey, bro, I'll be in LA. I'll drop the cash off. I'm like, you don't have to pay me, man. It's not that serious.
What?
He was dead serious.
I'll drop the cash off. You said no to $100,000?
Yeah, I'm not,
you think he would have said no to you?
I do.
He would have made you pay.
I do. This
You're
is
out
type
of your
of
fucking mind.
Nope. I'm telling you,
What?
this type of dude Chael is. Remember when Chael and Nate fought?
Yeah.
Nate fell on hard times. Chael sent without
Nate Marquardt. By
Nate
the way.
Marquardt, yeah,
Sent him Nate Diaz.
Yeah, sent him a check in the mail. Was like, hey, I know you're going through hard times. Here's some money. So when he helped my friend, like he's always had a free pass with me. Always.
Wow, that's
always.
very nice of you.
Yeah.
Very nice of you.
Muscle rich.
Whoa.
Just kidding. Not Rogan rich.
Whoa.
Not Scroogey. Not Scroogey here. But no, also
not Conor McGregor rich.
No. Who is these days?
Whoa.
How about Conor? One fight richer than you, son.
How about Floyd?
Oh, he's a billionaire.
But yeah, Floyd is probably worth like $500 million now or something. But they said that he owed money to the IRS. Like,
I talked to him about that. He was literally like, dude, my taxes, it's the same equivalent if they flagged us. He's like, you pay like whatever, $5,000. Just I make so much money, I owe $5 million. I can pay it whenever. It just got blown up in the news. He's like, no one's broke here, for God's sakes. It's like, legit point, sir.
Good point.
Go ahead and sell one of those watches.
I wonder
if you
how
have tax,
long
bro.
he can keep up that lifestyle though with that kind of spending. Like his spending's insane.
It's not Johnny Depp insane. Like there's Johnny Depp. Remember we've been over that. That's some shit. Ball.
He has like 14 houses.
There's Johnny Depp
Okay,
insane,
Johnny.
and then there's Floyd.
Johnny, how about two? How about 2 houses? Floyd Mayweather become boxing's first $1 billion fighter.
Can you name the other billion athletes? Tiger Woods,
Jordan.
Michael Jordan, Jack
Tiger
Nicholson.
hit $1 billion?
Yeah.
How much did his wife get?
Which was surprising me. She got $500 million.
Come on.
At least. That
What
bitch
about
is
taxes?
savage. Nah, she's savage.
But taxes, you don't really have $1 billion when you have $1 billion.
That's true. You have a shitload of money, though.
You have a shitload of money.
You have so, I
She
wish
got
that was a
100.
problem.
She got 100.
Oh, I bet she got
guarantee.
2 hundo. That bitch crazy, too, in his car with clubs and shit.
Yeah, well,
He kind of deserved it, maybe.
she gets a little upset.
So you got Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicholson, Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan,
Arnold
Floyd
Palmer
Mayweather.
made $1 billion?
Yeah.
Knocking a little ball
Off that
dirt.
nope, off that delicious drink.
Oh, that's right.
No, I'm just kidding.
Tiger Woods, she got estimated at $100 million. Chow, chow, chow. It's a lot. It's a lot of cash. Baby, baby.
Set.
That's a lot of cash. Baby, baby.
Set.
Did you see that video when Tiger got arrested for drunk driving?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
He is just fucked up on pills.
He was on. Did you see? I think they found 6 things in his system.
Why did he
was
think
a
that he
cocktail.
could drive on pain pills?
Because Tiger Woods.
Who told him?
Tiger Woods.
But doesn't he know? Like, bro, you just got back surgery and you're taking like heavy duty opiates or whatever the fuck they're giving
No,
you.
he's taking.
What was he taking?
He was taking a bunch
Look
of
at that
shit.
face.
That fool's eyes are so fucked.
Dude, time to shave your head. Take it from another bald guy. Let it go. It's like that song from the movie Frozen.
Let it go. Let it go.
Can't hold me
Yeah,
back
you just gotta ditch that shit.
anymore. Yeah. I mean, he's not a good looking guy anyway.
He's terrible
Shave your
looking.
head, bro.
He
You don't want
is.
to worry about that nonsense you got going on
I
out
would
there.
just go ahead and wear glasses if I had those 2 cock eyes too, man. Like you have $1 billion, bro.
Needs to get
Minus
some of those
$100 million, but
clear glasses that Connor was wearing.
yeah, get some of those. Like
Or-
Dave Chappelle was wearing some that I definitely want to get. It was like a brown frame, and they weren't so dark where they're sunglasses. They were like tinted where it looked cool. Like
Yo.
get those if you have a cock eye.
You know what the move is? He goes with like yellow aviators, Hunter S. Thompson style.
Yes.
And just starts dressing like Johnny Depp and just starts flaunting the fact that he's a freak.
I agree.
Let your freak
Let
flag
the
fly.
inner freaking freak go.
Can't though. So he's tied to the system with all that
Not
endorsement
anymore.
money.
Oh, that's true. Nike still fucks with them,
Endorsement
right?
Money. A lot of people do.
No, really.
A lot of companies do.
Even after this.
Yeah.
Dude, remember how
He's not
big
even
he
doing
was?
well.
Remember how big Tiger Woods was?
Gigantai. Yeah, Gigantai.
Made golf like cool.
Yeah.
Like
he was
I
the guy.
I saw him. I was out in that bitch
Look
swinging
at this.
away.
Oh my god. So he had Vicodin. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Dilaudid. Jesus Christ. He was taking some shit they gave people that were dying of like bullet wounds in the old West
Bro,
days.
Vicodin, Dilaudid, and Xanax.
Jesus Christ.
You know what? And
He's on
Ambien. Why is he on Ambien?
Why does it say a sleep drug Xanax? Xanax is not a sleep drug.
It's a relaxer, right? Like
The
anxiety drug.
anti-insomnia drug Ambien. Why do they say sleep drug Xanax? No, sleep drug is Ambien, you dummies.
You
this is
fucking
fake
idiots.
news. Xanax is an anti-anxiety
Hey,
drug.
either way, it's proof he likes to party.
Yeah, man, that's a lot of shit. Go back to that, please.
But he doesn't really play
That's a
golf
lot of
anymore.
Shit. He does, but he's not doing good. He was found unconscious in his Mercedes-Benz, which was parked awkwardly on the side of the road and had damage to the driver's side.
Bro, what are you doing?
He hit a bunch of
Hey,
shit.
did you hear how he fucked up his back and knee? Have you heard this story?
No.
He was upset because his father was in the military. He was obsessed with military. He actually trained with Navy SEALs. Like,
Wow.
put on the full thing, went through this Navy SEAL training, like, obviously not real shit, but doing all the marches and shit and fucked his stuff up.
That's how he fucked himself up? No.
It's one of the ways he fucked his knee and back up.
Whoa.
He was on this, intense, like, Navy SEAL training, like, shooting with him and stuff.
That's so stupid. The Secret History of Tiger Woods, is that what it's in there?
It's from ESPN.
Wow. His
Big
father,
article.
The death of his father set a battle raging inside the world's greatest golfer, how he waged that war through an obsession with the Navy SEAls. It's a tale of how Tiger lost his way.
I haven't read this either.
Wow.
I just
Yeah, man, there's a thing. I agree that you have to have mental toughness to work out hard and to get through brutal workouts. You have to. You have to.
Don't got to go Navy SEAL on a bitch, though.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying you got to build your body up to that, and you are a different person. You're a fucking professional athlete. You're not a warrior going overseas to take bullets,
No.
fight for your life, and kill bad guys. What you're doing is a very specialized thing that is worth a fucking $15 billion.
And you're also hitting that little tiny ball on this calm, quiet golf course. I don't need you to be in the waves trying to learn how not to drown and fight sharks.
It's like taking a dude who bought a brand new Ferrari and taking him on one of those crazy dirt courses that they have those off-road Porsches drive on.
Oh my God!
You know those? You ever seen those things?
Yeah.
Where those guys are like they have one guy next to them. I need to ask someone what the fuck they're doing.
The
Next
other
time I
guy?
have like Chris Harris on, I'll ask him. There's another guy with a notepad. The rally cars.
Yeah, it's the maps.
And he's going 2 clicks left,
Yeah.
1 turned right.
Yeah, he tells them where to go.
He's his navigator.
Yeah.
Like exactly, he knows the whole course like dead on.
He's reading it
They
off
can't
a
see it.
book.
They can't
Yeah,
see
or
it
just
at all
use
sometimes.
MapQuest that says.
Those guys are maniacs. Pull up some video of rally drivers.
Or get rid of the fucking dead weight telling you the directions. Use MapQuest with the voice.
You can't.
I bet they could step up their app game and
No,
do
no, no.
something.
You have to have that guy. He needs a job.
His job studies the course.
Taking care of the guy with the fucking notepad. And he knows like how long it takes for you to get there too. Because if you're driving at your fastest, even if you're off for 5 or 6 seconds, you're in the neighborhood.
He knows what's up.
Those cars are wild, man. Those cars are. It's like such a different style of driving because the dirt makes the tires break loose like constantly.
Have you
right?
ever considered going the Porsche track here? We can take all the cars out.
Yeah, let's do it.
I know.
Don't they have a new one near the LAX?
Yeah, well, they have a new one not far from here, but the guy was telling me they have like great restaurants. He's like, just book it, we'll take care of you.
Let's do it,
right?
Brendan Schaub.
Pick out the car, they take care of the tire. No,
Let's go.
Not our cars.
Flat out Scrooge McDuck.
That's what I'm saying.
Pop a couple edibles.
Give me that GT3 RS. Let me get wild on that thing.
Right.
I don't want
Let's go.
I don't need some co-pilot. Just let me do my
Yeah,
thing.
come on. Go full season on this. Yeah, look at this guy. 61 left 100.
Holy shit, they must be best friends.
Jesus, they're flying.
They're best friends. You'd have to be best friends. Hey, bro.
Wow, one left.
One left again, 80, 4 right.
This is nuts, man. You see that red light?
That's the
That's-
shifter, yeah?
that is a sequential manual. It's a manual, but you just push up to go up and down to go down. You don't have to
You
find
have
the
to-
gear.
Yeah. For speed, right?
Yeah.
For quickness.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to find the perfect gear. You know, like if you're using that H pattern, you're going up and then you're going
Takes
down,
too
then
long.
you go up to the right. Yeah, so it's down 3, down 2, up 1. You know, the way you're doing it is it's very different.
Although my new Porsche PDK will shit on this.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll shit on it. But this is probably more fun.
For this, not sitting in traffic. Like when
Yeah.
I jump on that road and I get in that dead heat traffic.
Yeah,
I go
that's
down
part of
that
the
Topanga
problem.
Canyon. I just open that bitch up. I take some risks too.
Yeah, but it's not as fun as driving a manual to me. If it was like if I was driving in traffic all the time, there's not a chance in the world I would want a manual.
Like you don't drive your GT3 in the 405.
Sometimes.
Not 5 in the afternoon.
Sure, I do.
Really?
Yeah.
Even like.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, you just like.
Sometimes I just like driving that thing. I just want to drive.
Me too. Like sometimes I take the long way home, or at night I'll just jump on the Pacific Coast Highway.
2018 BMW M5 packs 600 horsepower and MX drive all-wheel drive system. Woo.
0 to 60 in 3.2.
Woo, that's a
And
big car too.
You gotta pay for the extra. That doesn't top out at like 140. It only tops out at 111 unless you pay for the package. That lets you get up there.
BMW needs to
That's
step their game up
gross.
though. I feel like they're losing the
gross.
battle with everyone else right now.
Well,
Like Mercedes is just
it's ahead of
dumping on
them. It's definitely ahead of them. You know what BMW has coming out though? An 8 Series. The 8 Series sedan.
What? They're bringing it back?
Dude,
No.
It looks like
do you
a
remember?
spaceship.
Do you remember the 850?
Yes.
The front end. They were
Pauly Shore used to
V12s.
have one of those.
Did he?
It was
God
dope.
bless them.
Used to bring
I
it to the
fucking
comedy
love those.
store back in the
Those things
day.
are a nightmare now.
Dude.
But
Yeah. Look at this new one though.
Oh,
Wait
shit,
to go full
son.
screen, son. Look at this. You're only seeing the front of it. Wait till they go on the side. Look what this thing looks like. It's wicked, man.
damn.
So it's like an i8, but not the electric version.
No,
or
no,
something.
no. It
How
doesn't look
dare
that
you.
spaceshipy.
I know,
No,
but-
no. You know what it's like? It's like the BMW or the Mercedes S-Class Coupe.
Yeah, those are sick.
That's what it's like.
And is this the big body? I'm assuming twin turbo.
I don't know what the fuck that's got under the hood. I think all their cars are turbo
If
now.
it's anything like the 850 back in the day,
look at the back
that,
end though.
Damn,
Sick.
that thing is bad.
Yeah.
Good
Here-
for them.
Here they'll spin around.
I
Look
don't,
at that.
I don't like
that's
that
the door
i8.
open.
That i8 pisses me
Nah,
off.
that's a Tron car.
I test drove that thing. I'm like, get the fuck out of my face, man.
It's
What
got
is
too many
this?
different colors too. And you know what?
It's
What
a car
pisses
for
me off?
ants.
It's
Go
got
ahead.
skinny tires.
Yeah. Yes.
Can't.
Fuck.
I need fat tires.
Me
I don't
too.
even like the tires on the Corvette. How about that?
I need some fat ass tires.
I like it. Even though, like, well, the driving dynamic. Shut your hole. I like the way it looks.
Me too.
I like fat asses and fat tires. Fix it!
And tig old bitties.
Fix it!
Damn, that thing is dope.
It's pretty sick. You used to have the M6, right?
Yeah, the M6. That thing was
Cruiser,
fun.
right?
That thing was a monster. Heavy.
Yeah.
Straight up V10.
But it's
heavy.
smooth
horrible
on the
gas
highway,
mileage.
right?
Yeah. Nothing's funner than the car I have now. That Porsche GTS is.
You know, they say that's the best of the Porsches. There was a article that I just read in one of the car magazines.
For sure, send me
that
that.
said, yeah, see if you can
So I can
find.
brag to my friends.
Go to Porsche GTS is the best Porsche. It's like a very recent article that I actually read this morning on Google.
Type move.
Yeah, they were saying that it's the best version of it. You know, you got your GT3, which is like super hardcore.
I test drove that. Remember I called you. I was test driving the GT3 and I'm like, Joe, you love this thing? You said, unless you got another vehicle, man, for you driving every day is a bad idea.
It'll get loud and
I wanted to
scrapes
get
on
it because
everything.
dude, well, the GTS is low too. I always scraped the front and felt like crying.
It's another inch or so.
But the GT3 has a button that raises, yeah?
Yes, front end.
The GTS doesn't.
Well, it's not the GT3. It does because you buy it that way. It's an
Comes with that
option.
option.
That option wasn't there. But Tech Art makes an aftermarket one, so you can get that, get it installed, and it'll raise it up. I know a bunch of Porsche dealerships that do it. Yeah,
And
mine.
can they
mine
do it
is
on my
aftermarket.
GT3 or
yes.
my GTS?
Yes, my GT3 has it aftermarket.
Oh,
mine
bro,
GT3
just saved the day.
Yeah.
I have to park on the street because my driveway's like this.
Yeah, I had to take one of my other buttons from something else and have it dedicated to that GT3 button. As a matter of fact, I think they took it from a blank and they installed the button in it.
Yeah, I have a blank where you can put it. I
Mine
have
is like
all
right
the
by my
options.
light.
Oh, word.
Mine's right on my my rear view mirror, rather. When I go near something, I'll hit that button.
It was the best car on earth. What did you say was?
Porsche GTS. 2018 Porsche GTS is the best 911, they were saying. They were just going over, like, it's like hardcore, but not too ridiculous, like a GT3 RS, and that it's pretty slick. Do you see that one guy? He spent a shitload of money to take. He goes, the Porsche, the brand new GT3 RS is only PDK. They don't make it in a manual.
Yep.
So this guy spent a shitload of money to have a 6-speed from a Porsche 911R installed in a GT3 RS.
That must have cost so much. He must just be Scrooge.
Yeah,
Just
he's Scrooge McDuck all the way.
Porsche.
Well, if you even have one of those things, is this it? Pull up the top of the article. What does it say? Quick take. Not the fastest 911, but possibly the best. When is it from? August? Yeah.
The thing's
Is that
fast
today?
as fuck,
yeah,
though.
That's it. Yeah. Well, it's not the fastest, though. The 911 Turbo.
The turbos.
That thing's a goddamn space machine. Like,
Have
bends time.
you test drove one yet?
2007 or 2000 not 7 2009 or 10 I drove one.
The new ones that
Yeah,
I
it's
test
even
drove
faster.
that, the GT3 and that.
Yeah.
I was just in love with my car.
They're so fast.
They're stupid fast.
And they're 4-wheel drive.
Yes.
But the new one's even
Yes.
fast, way faster than that one. The
They're-
one that I drove.
They're insanely fast.
Yeah.
They're insane. The GT3 is just I felt like it was like
So
I like the
hardcore.
feel, but yeah.
So hardcore. You would love the turbo. If you got one of those new turbos, you'd be like, what in the fuck?
I test drove that in the GTS. I went the GTS.
Why'd you go with that?
There's because my car, it's like that lava orange. It has the duck wing on it. It's just like a vintage
color.
Porsche to me. Like
Yeah.
I saw in the showroom right away. I'm like, that's it. I'll look at these other ones. I just know. I'm like, that's it. And I test drove the GT3, everything. I don't know.
Duck wing.
The duck wing
Duck
got me
wing's dope.
because when I was a kid, I always saw a poster for a Porsche and had the old school duck. It was green. I'll never forget. It had a duck wing on it. I'm like, that has a duck wing.
Yeah, that's like
And that's orange.
1973 RS.
Yeah, it's so cool, man.
You know, those cars, those 1973 RSs are worth over $1 million now.
So sick.
Like, what? If you bought it back in the day, it was like 20 grand. Now it's worth $1 million.
Aren't you doing some with a Porsche, old school Porsche?
Not that old school. It's a
1988
something, 86 or something.
Sharkworks just turned that thing into Bane or what?
It's an RS America, a 964. It's like one of the last the air cooled cars. The last the air cooled was the 993, which is like a little bigger. This is a 964.
The air cooled. Everyone's obsessed with the air cooled.
Yeah, that's a
Porsches
different
are
sound.
Yeah, it's just a different animal.
Yeah, you can get them pretty cheap too. You know, they're just not. It's a different kind of car. And if you go earlier than that, you get them even cheaper. You can get them pretty cheap for like the 1980s cars.
I think that one that I found, it was a 78 Carrera. 911, but it had some reconstructive like stuff to it. It looked fun. It was a bad investment because like,
Oh, I saw that car. You sent me a picture of it.
I want that.
Yeah.
I still want
Those
it.
are ass crazy, man. Those things.
They're dangerous.
Do you know about how to drive those? Like when you take in turns, you have to keep your foot on the gas.
I know. There's no.
If you let off the gas, they have to throttle oversteer. Like what is it called? Throttle let off oversteer or something.
Yeah, they
like
have
that?
no power steering or
Yeah.
anything. I'm trying to go out like James Dean. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. It was silver too.
Well, they're really light.
Yeah, I know. They look fun.
They feel different. Like my friend Alex from Sharkworks has a 964, and it feels different because they're so small. It's like you're more connected to what you're doing. It's really light and really small,
Which is cool.
Yeah.
Especially this day, like going down to paying a cane. I'm not using an everyday car. I just think it'd
Yeah.
be fun. I'm
No,
waiting
they're
for
fun,
that,
man.
and I want a new Bronco as a daily driver.
The new Bronco.
The new one. You seen that thing? I want that in white.
Yes.
What's up, OJ?
Whoa,
I'm gonna call it
OJ
the Juice.
Simpson? You got all
Yes.
the
And I live over by there. What's up?
Who was gonna buy the Juice's car? They're gonna put that up for sale, but an auction company just passed on it.
Isn't it going for $350,000? The actual like ride's $350.
You'd
Why I
have
know
to-
this? I have no idea.
You'd have to be a ghoul.
You'd have to be a
to
real
want that
asshole.
car.
Can you imagine if I drove up? What is it? Dude, this is the car. This is the OJ car. You're an asshole. We can't be friends anymore.
Yeah. OJ Simpson's white Bronco escape car. Wow. Goes on sale for $700,000 as a former agent decides it's time to cash in. Decides it's time to cash in. Right when OJ's getting out of jail, OJ's going to kidnap this dude and go back to jail.
Yeah.
Because if this guy sells his Bronco for $700,000,
That's his fucking whip, man. He's going to stab you.
it looks like it's in pretty good shape. I like the wheels.
Right? Right? Should we get it as like a company car or some shit?
$700,000. That is the
That's
car.
insane.
What year was it?
It's a 93, right?
That or the T-Rex.
It can't be new. It wasn't new at the time, I don't think.
God.
1994, police chase. What year's the car?
I feel like the car's 93.
Does it say?
I want to say it was an 89 Bronco. Does that sound right?
Yeah, it sounds right
No,
to me.
it's a 90s
From all
Bronco.
the
My
police things.
pops had
Doesn't
an
it
80s
say?
Bronco. They're smaller.
It doesn't say here. No.
Huh.
My dad had an Eddie
90
Bauer.
92.
That's
92?
92. I'm telling you. My pops had an Eddie Bauer Bronco. And the thing was tiny.
I remember the Eddie Bauer ones. I was like,
Yeah.
well, this is weird. Like, what are you, fly fishing in this
Yeah,
thing?
why is this Eddie Bauer?
Yeah,
But I remember
what?
it had this cool trim on it. My dad would say Eddie Bauer. Like it was a big deal.
Ah.
God damn.
It's up for sale on Pawn Stars?
No,
it's going to
that-
be on
Sorry,
Pawn
on a
Stars?
show. You might have probably made some extra cash.
I've already
doing
seen
that.
it. The Pawn Star guy turned it down.
He did?
Yeah.
He didn't want it? He could move.
He said, I don't want that bad juju on my blood.
Yeah, well, there was blood in that car, man. They
OJ's
found-
blood.
Was it OJ's?
Yeah, that's what they found in
Yeah,
there.
he cut his own hand with
Yeah,
a knife.
so
Allegedly.
sketchy.
Allegedly.
So sketchy.
Did you see him get released? Like when they gave him parole? The watch that?
Yeah, he was crunk.
I
And then the
watched it
judge who
live.
did it was like a huge football fan. Did you know that?
What does it say? It's amazing shape. I drove it around. I found it a little odd, but it runs great. You found it a little odd. Did it smell like murder?
Did it smell like dead bitches? God, bro.
I watched it live. I was in Italy. I wasn't going to miss it. I was like, I need to see this.
OJ getting out. Would you
Yeah.
have him on the podcast?
I joked around about it. I put it on the podcast. I put it on Twitter. Should I have him on the podcast or nah?
Or nah?
And Moshe Kasher was the first one to respond.
What'd she say?
Moshe, the comic,
Yeah.
stand up. It's a he.
Oh, my bad.
Natasha's the wife.
That's right. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the
yeah,
she.
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
But
Natasha, Moshe, that's tough.
yeah, I get you.
Yeah, yeah.
I think he was like, "Oh, good lord," something along those lines. Like,
Dude,
what the fuck are
I
you
feel
doing?
like I feel like it'd be so interesting.
Well,
Don't get me wrong, he complete murderer. But I feel like it'd be so interesting if you went down that route. Like, what have you been up to? Football
Right.
days. How the fuck did we get here?
don't say this. You're giving away how I would do it. You warm him up.
You
right?
warm him up.
Yeah.
Hey, Val, tell us how great you were at football.
And is that what you do?
Oh yeah.
Well,
that's
maybe you
exact-
can get him on the Fighter Than Kid.
I don't know if that's platform for
Listen,
him.
Callan would be the perfect guest to talk to him. Callan would definitely not interrupt him and start talking about stories when he played football.
Or tell him about the time.
That'd
Yeah.
be perfect.
Yeah.
It'd be actually Callan and him together would be really interesting. I would like to actually see that.
Callan make him feel good to compliment him. You know,
Yeah.
like Callan could
And then
be
you
the
would- you
perfect
would
one.
drop
and then
the
I
bomb
get
on
in.
him.
So tell.
Shh! Don't say what you would do. You never know, man.
He might go on a podcast like
He might
marketing
write
thing.
a book, bro. He might
Oh,
write
he's
a
definitely
book.
writing a book. Is he gonna get mad? Is it poor taste if I drive around Brentwood in a brand new white?
Yeah.
No,
it is.
really?
For Halloween, for sure. If you like have
And paint my face black.
yeah, if you have like a
If I go blackface
bloody
and buy
knife
yeah,
attached to a seatbelt clanging around on the
and my
ground as
girl
you're
wears a
driving
blonde
by.
wig in the back. That's poor taste. See, I'm not going that far. I just want a dope ass brand new Ford Bronco in white.
The new ones are pretty sick looking.
Yeah, has
I hope
nothing
they
to do
do a
with
good
OJ.
job with it.
Have you seen them?
I've seen some. What do they call those things? Prototypes.
Prototypes? Me too,
Not
that's all I've
prototypes.
seen.
What do they call them? They don't call it a prototype. What's
Don't
that
they?
word
They call
use?
it tester.
What is the word they use?
Concept.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank
But
you.
they look like the Raptor.
Well, that's a smart move. The Raptor's pretty dope.
So sick.
Look at it. Ooh, slick.
See, imagine me that
Ooh,
white.
I do like that.
Right?
Ooh, they're doing a 4-door?
It's just
Yes.
computer rendering though. It's just someone.
Oh, okay. It's not
It's
real.
supposed to come out 2018 though, early 2018.
See that Cadillac right there? That's a goddamn badass car too. America's making some kick-ass cars now. See that Cadillac right there?
Yeah, the
That-
thing's sick.
That is a fucking
CTSV.
beast.
You know what though? They're cool until you go from a Porsche or a Bentley and jump in a Cadillac. You'll all right, kind of basic.
Yeah.
The interiors are basic.
You're spoiled. Spoiled.
I know.
little-
The Germans.
Spoiled little baby.
I know.
They gotcha.
They got me.
It's true, right? There's no American equivalent to like a Mercedes S-Class. They just don't quite get there.
We're not there.
Isn't that weird? Like, why don't they get there? Like, why doesn't someone just dig in and go, let's just throw our fucking dick into this hat?
Let's just get our dicks into
Just
the dirt here.
Funk.
Fucking
Yeah, just build some beast of a fucking
like, what's the
car.
best American car? Lincoln? Like, you get a Lincoln.
No, because no one cares. No one cares.
They're just for the older crowd, aren't they?
Yeah, you show up in a Lincoln Navigator.
Oh,
like,
fuck
get out of here.
you.
Nobody
Get
gives a
out of here.
shit.
What are you, from
I
94?
mean, it's not a bad car. The new ones are actually pretty nice.
I know,
but
they're
the
actually
point
nice.
is, it's not a Mercedes. It's
No,
just not.
What American car can you pull up and shit on people? Where it's
Nothing.
comfy?
Nothing.
Eldorado.
Now that they don't have a Viper, you can't even pull up in a sports car. No, the Demon.
I typed an American muscle car and it just.
Oh,
said
but
that
it's a
was
muscle
top
car.
one.
Muscle
But
cars,
a
muscle
luxury
car, they
car.
still kick
Yeah.
ass. I'm talking
Oh,
luxury
like
car.
luxury,
Well,
okay.
they have the market cornered when it comes to muscle cars. When it comes to a stupid car with a giant engine that makes a ton of noise,
Oh, we're killing it.
and it uses a manual transmission, America all day. They still make the Corvette Z06 in a fucking manual. It's one of the few cars. The Germans are the only ones in the Porsche. Porsche's the only ones that have had the balls to bring a manual back after they took it away. Ferrari still hasn't figured it out yet.
They refuse to.
Well, because douchebags who buy
stubborn.
Ferraris, they're all just trying to floss.
True.
Most of them don't even know how to drive
Yeah,
one.
it's not real. It's not.
It's not a track
Dude,
car.
have you seen that Porsche Turbo you can buy? It's like the Platinum Edition. The wheels are made out of carbon fiber, and the whole it's gold. It's like a dark, like not a like Scrooge McDuck gold coin, but it's like a gold color.
Ooh.
Bring that shit up, Jamie.
What is it? Say it again.
It's this special Porsche Turbo like Platinum Edition.
Platinum Edition Turbo, but it's in gold. How ironic.
It's a gold, and then it has black rims that are carbon fiber.
Dude. Why is it Platinum Edition, but it's in gold? Shouldn't it be in Platinum?
Yeah, it should be platinum. I don't know. I think
They're
it's Platinum
scared.
Edition.
They should do it. Like, remember when Justin Bieber had that chrome Fisker?
Dude, I'm a Fisker fan. I saw one the other day. I thought,
Dope rides. It's a
what-
dope
it's-
ride.
It's dope looking. They catch on fire on you. There it is. My bad. Exclusive series.
Look at that thing.
Joe, buy this.
God.
Buy this. That's your next
Boy,
ride.
Look at that thing.
They're tough to get too.
Are they?
Yeah.
Well, then I don't want it.
Well,
Because those tough to get ones, they're
Well,
like
no, you can get it.
$50,000 over
No, we'll
sticker.
figure it out.
Fuck off.
no, we'll figure
I
it
don't.
out.
I'm not driving a gold car, bro.
Bro, that's not gold.
What color is it then? It's a Platinum Edition. You were right.
The Platinum Edition, hey, but it adds another 66,000 onto your tag there.
Exclusive series is fast, luxurious, and delightfully gold. The beautiful special edition will be limited to 500 units worldwide. Hey, guess what? When you make something cool, make a bunch of them, you assholes.
Nah.
People are going to buy them.
Nah.
Make it exclusive.
Nah, if
I don't
everyone
like
can,
exclusive
if everyone
shit.
can have it, I don't want it.
Whoa.
Look at that fucking thing is nasty.
Look at that 0 to 60 time, 2.8 seconds. That seems excessive. How's it going to get shorter than that? You're not even 3 seconds. You're already going 60 miles an hour.
Because with those new rims that are carbon fiber,
They
it goes
are
faster.
dope.
How sick is that?
Those rims are dope. I was skeptical at first. Those rims are killer. And I like the black stripes too. Yeah, it's a nice car. But you know what? A lot of people don't like the way 911 turbos look.
They
like
can't
when
be
you,
my friend.
When you get into that,
You cannot be my friend. It's the first. Look at that fucking car, bro.
it's badass. Look at the stripes on the seats. Ooh, that's
Wait, it comes with that luggage too, Jamie?
Oh man,
Bro, I
Comes
would
with
flaunt
luggage.
that everywhere.
Look, it's got
And a watch.
yellow
All right,
st-
goddamn, I'm in.
watch. But it's like, how much does it cost?
66, I think it says.
66,000 over.
No.
Well, you get a watch.
Suggested coupe, and then
$257,000.
Yeah, but no, it's more than that, right? The 5-piece. It doesn't come with the 5-piece luggage. It's another
you gotta
$6,000.
buy that bitch. 6,324 for the luggage, sir.
Worth every penny.
How much you get for the watch?
How
Doesn't say.
dope is that thing, though?
It's nice. I prefer silver, especially that thing. That is a spaceship.
I mean, you're flexing on people if you pull up in a
sure.
gold Porsche
100%.
with matching luggage
But
and a watch.
a dude will pull up in a red Ferrari and double flex you.
Not in that thing. I feel like I've seen Ferraris.
Yeah, I was in Italy and a guy had a Ferrari in Italy. I'm like, this motherfucker has a Ferrari in Italy. He wins.
That's pretty classy.
It was red, right in front of this beautiful hotel on the Amalfi Coast. I'm
All
like,
right,
that guy's
he's balling.
And he probably had something. Look at that, Jamie Foxx.
Goddamn, Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx has a shiny gold Bugatti. He wins.
And a gold Rolex.
His wheels are fucking gold. He wins. Jamie Foxx wins.
Yeah.
Go back to what is the new Ferrari? What is it? The fuck is it called?
You know what? I'm not a Lamborghini
Ferrari?
guy. I like Ferrari. See, for me, it goes Porsche, Ferrari. Then I'm not a Lamborghini guy.
Yeah, Lamborghini gets a little sketchy. But I gotta say,
They
like the
yell
Huracan,
tool. They yell when I see a guy. I'm
Yeah.
like, God, you probably have a small dick.
they yell a little. Yeah, they yell a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm a giant tool. Check me out.
Yeah, it's like if you buy a Ferrari, that's a 488 special edition, son. Lighter with larger appetite for apexes. That's the race version, but that's a shitty picture. Go to a video of Ferrari 488. Like, that is a beautiful car, man. That's exactly what the guy had in Italy. That is a beautiful
That thing's
car.
ridiculous.
But I'll tell you what looks better than that? The new Ford GT.
That thing's sick.
That looks better than that. That might be the American Ferrari.
Oh, it's based off the Ferrari.
Yeah.
They copied the
Look
Ferrari.
at that thing. Go full screen, Jamie.
I'll take the Ferrari over that
Look
Ford.
at the
son.
hips on that bitch.
That thing is.
Ooh. Jamie, do you get this stuff? Does this do anything for you? You're boring. How dare you? Shut your mouth.
You're not a fan, Jamie?
You pause too hard.
Yeah, you
I don't
do.
like these velvet ropes around this stupid
Me
thing.
neither. Let me fucking get my paws wet.
Is this a club with a bottle service or is it a goddamn car?
Because I don't see any fucking drinks around here.
Yeah, why? Where's the car?
Let me get my hands on it. Yeah, that thing's filthy.
It's a beast. They're you know what they are? Here's the thing. They're goddamn gorgeous. They sound
art.
incredible.
I agree.
But they're gonna probably break.
Yeah, you're going to have some problems with
Yeah.
it. With a Porsche, you never have problems, really.
Yeah, it's like the difference between a girl who does CrossFit and she's got like thick ass and big legs and her shoulders are a little stacked
Maybe
and she
some
looks
fat
great in a
titties.
dress.
Yeah.
Right? Versus a girl who's like a model who's going to turn an ankle if she goes to the beach. Do you know what I mean?
I thought you were going a different route with that. I thought you were going to say the CrossFit girl's going to eventually break down because CrossFit's some dangerous shit.
No, the CrossFit girl is the Viper. That's the Viper ACR. I'll bury that fucking shitty Ferrari. You get that new Viper? That thing breaks race courses everywhere. It's
That thing's gnarly.
It's burying that Ferrari.
Yeah.
Fuck you,
Yeah.
America!
Yeah.
As it drives by, it sticks his finger out the window and a Kid Rock song plays. I mean, that's not even close. It's gonna kill the Ferrari. But the Ferrari's like sexier looking.
Yes.
Like it's got perfect features.
Yes.
It's got amazing
But when
lips.
shit goes wrong,
Yeah,
it goes wrong.
And when it comes down to fucking, you're gonna want that CrossFit girl.
Yeah, you are.
You're gonna
Little
want
meat
that girl
behind
can push her way through a spin class. You're not gonna.
As the mental toughness just keep on.
Yeah.
Do a 90-minute cross or yoga class.
Yeah, you don't want a girl who's got like perfect genes, but she's lazy.
No, hell no.
Yeah. And she just takes Adderall for a few days before her big shoots and doesn't eat. Look at that thing. That's a Ford GT. That's a gross color, though. I saw one in a sick blue color. It looked
That's like
amazing.
a Ford Taurus color. Fuck you.
Look at the body on that thing, though.
the
God
color
damn.
ruined it. I'm out.
Yeah, find a better color, Jamie. Fuck off with this color.
Those headlights aren't doing anything for me either. Yeah, that's
We got to
color.
see it in a better angle.
Give me the blue and white for God's sakes. It's America
Jesus.
for fuck's sakes.
Jesus.
God damn it.
Well, I'm not a
Two
fan
truck
of
term.
red with white. Red with white stripes? I don't think
like
looks
red
good.
and white. Me
I
neither.
like red with black stripes.
Me too.
That looks
And
badass.
I like blue with white.
Ooh, that's right. I like what you
That's
think.
America.
I like what you think, America. America. Ooh, what do you got
what
here
you
for
doing,
us,
Jamie?
Oh, look at this.
God. Dog.
Oh, you nailed it, Jamie. Black with red stripes. That might be. Look at that.
Damn.
Jesus
son.
Christ. Look where the exhaust pipes come out of the back like that. That might be the best looking car.
Ah, fuck, I gotta agree. That thing is sick.
That might be the best looking car ever.
Those giant Brembo brakes in the front.
Okay, listen, Ford. Give me one of these, you fucks. Give me a manual.
They're not making it.
Nah,
They're hard to get, right? They're making
double
500
clutch
of
too.
them?
Yeah, but it's also a double clutch. Come on, Ford. You know Jay Leno's probably got 6 of them, that fuck.
Yeah, there's like 50 of them. Jay Leno takes 10. Jay Seinfeld takes 20 of them. And we're all fucked.
LeBron James has got one.
And LeBron James might want to jump
for
in
every
one.
house.
And then Kevin Hart jumps in.
Yeah, Kevin Hart's got one made out of gold.
Damn, that thing
Look
is
at that
sick.
thing, though. Holy shit, that's the perfect color, Jamie. You nailed it.
Yeah, you hit it right
Black
on the head.
with
yeah.
red stripes. I never knew black with red stripes looks so badass.
And with the lights in the back.
That's amazing looking. It sounds so good. There's a lot of people right now mad at us.
Yeah, they piss.
They're talking cars again, bro. Hey, we gave you 3 hours of dicks and what else did we talk about?
Nate Diaz drama.
Nate Diaz, the Conor McGregor fight.
How about we went over Mars Attacks in
Oh,
depth?
that's right. Don't get mad at us because we like cars. We talk about the shit we like about. I really enjoy automotive engineering. We could bring this home. Let's bring this bitch home. This weekend, folks, Fight Companion returns. Saturday night, Stefan Skyscraper Struve versus Alexander Volkov, right? That's his name?
That's right. And I'm in Cobb's Comedy Club September 14th.
Oh,
and then I'm in
shit.
Long Beach Laugh Factory, Long Beach September 22nd. TFATK.com for tickets. And we're at the Comedy Store tomorrow night.
That's right.
You,
with
me, Callan, Dalia, Segura.
Oh, Jesus, what a lineup. It's probably sold out. And Sam Tripoli's show.
That's right.
It might be sold out already, but if it's not, go online. It's on, I'm sure it's on the Comedy Store's website.
It's on my Instagram.
Yeah,
your
it's on my Instagram.
Yeah,
all right. Love you guys.
Love
Bye.
you, man.